Onto the game. Let's go. Oh, hot chocolate. You'll always be there. Times of need. Flamer, everything's bad. Don't do the thing again. Do the thing again. Don't do the thing again. Sometimes it does it. Okay. Did a jump scare last time at that place. I was not happy. Oh, gadoodles. Hello, Alfred. How you doing, baby?
How you doing, baby?
Okie dokie. Okay, so what happened last time? We got spooked real bad. We got spooked, and not just characters. Also, Ismay got spooked real bad because of misadvised, not misadvised, very intentionally advised going back to fail a check because it would have been funny, and it was, but whatever. So mic. I'm gonna fuck around with the mic for a second. It's gonna sound like badness. Okay. Any better? God damn it. I didn't know it would happen. That's fair, but we also did definitely know that was gonna happen. I mean, like, we could play this. We could play this like, oh, I didn't know it was gonna happen, but we knew. Like, even, like, to be fair, I knew in my heart that it was gonna be like, you failed, here's a jump scare. But there's a difference between expecting it and expecting it, whatever. You have to learn accountancy before tomorrow afternoon. What the why? For what reason? Okay. In the end, only Beck and Zach could come. Ash, on the other hand, couldn't be reached. All my calls went straight to his voicemail. Wait, what's the... Oh. God, Rebecca doesn't like us as much. We are fucking best buddos for life with Marianne. Also, weird that... Okay, so Hannah and Luke, very low. We just met them. They're clients. Like, come on, they're gonna be low. Whatever. Weird that Rebecca's, no, not Rebecca's, that Marianne's is so high. Thing is, we only just, like, Marianne and Ashton were on equal starting levels. We've known Ash for 1,000 years, and we met Marianne yesterday. Why are we so fucking bestos with Marianne? Oh boy, okay, I mean, sure, but like, I mean, she seems lovely, and I don't deny that she would be a lovely friend, but what the fuck? Okay, this'll be fine. Okay, hello. Yeah, it went straight to voicemail. He's at it again. Right here today. Oh wait, right here today, gone the next day. Ah, well, his loss. We agreed to meet at a nearby cafe, the same one I frequent with Becca because it's cheap and they give away free bread around closing time. That is the only reason to go anywhere ever. All I want is free bread from them. And like bread is good. Give to me for free. Done. Quaint, a little old-fashioned, though it looks a wee bit out of place amidst the city's tall buildings, but we love it all the same. I like the game is saying we. Wee bit out. It's a wee bit out of place. It's a wee bit. Much like it's for ooh. It all got louder, huh? I don't know why my mic's so quiet today. Let's turn it up, I guess. Well, we'll keep these as they are. I'm just gonna turn it down on my thing. Okay. Vintage art is a row of shelves boasting an extensive collection of books cover the walls. Why does it keep getting so weird loud? Tell me if the volume on the music is too high or if it's fine. Blah. Vintage art pieces and a row of shelves boasting. Oh, you just did that. It would have been nice to hang out here for hours on end, but even on a weekend, the place is still packed with people. Oh yeah, super packed. Can't find a single place to sit. I do like the spinning fans though. I like that the fans are spinning. And like the little, this is like waving around. I like the movement in this game, it's nice. Thankfully, Beck and Zach have already found seats and are engaged in some casual chatter when I arrive. It's strange seeing the two of them without Ash accompanying the other. They've never been particularly close. Sure, they talk when they meet, laugh at the same things when there's something funny. But there's distance, the kind born purely out of differing interests. That, or Zach's kind of afraid of Becca. It's not impossible, and I won't blame him if he is. He might be the tallest in our group, but everyone knows it means nothing against Becca's temper. Why does no one like Becca? No, Becca could be a bit of an asshole. Even I'm kind of scared of her.
Zach! Becca!
Fucking heart, I'm scared of you, Isabella. What the fuck?
Well, you seem to be in a better mood today. What happened?
Just gonna... Oop, okay.
I know that smile, Belle. Come on, still.
Don't rush me. Let's order food first, okay?
A waitress comes by to take our order. Yeah, right? It's all animated and it's got voice acting. Look, I don't have to do shit. On a normal day, me and Becca will order a hearty serving of their special vegetarian stovies. Zach takes anything with a good helping of meat, sausages, or potatoes on it. That is why we're going to protect this boy. His name is Zach, and I love him, and he's going to be protected. But today's a good day. Great, even. Well, it's not wrong to indulge a little, right?
Today's special. For the three of us.
Even the person jotting down our order looks surprised at today's meal choice. She writes it nevertheless and leaves without a comment. Becca furrows her eyebrows, her mouth halfway open, ready to let loose what's likely a string of reprimands.
Don't worry. It's my treat.
The glare she sends my way reminds me of the one I received from Mama when I was punched a kid bullying my younger brother 18 years ago. Punch asshole kids who are mean to your siblings. My mom didn't let me go and pick up my sister for a while from school because she told me that one of the girls in her class was bullying her. And my mom was just like, okay, I'm not getting you to pick her up from school. I was like, oh, no, it's fine, I could do this. She's like, no, because I feel like even though I will tell you don't punch a child, I feel like you're gonna go punch a child. I was like, I mean, just because you're right doesn't mean you shouldn't let me go and punch a child. Don't fucking bully my sister. Don't mess with my sister, or I'm going to punch you. I don't care if you're 8. No, she wasn't 8. Like 11. Like, it's not better, but like, don't bully my sister. Fuck you. Naturally, I never did it again. No. After she made me apologize the next day, I would do it again. But Becca's far from being my mom. A small, sheepish grin is enough to turn that frown into a defeated sigh. Food arrives in the middle of a funny story from Zach, putting the rest of the conversation on hold as we are each served our order. It isn't anything fancy. Hand-roasted sea bass. Yeah, no, it looks fucking, doesn't look fancy at all. Pan-roasted sea bass with citrus-dressed asparagus, a portion of mashed potatoes on the side, or at least that's what the daily specials board says. I never pay attention to it whenever I come here, since they price whatever's written way above what I'm willing to spend on food on a single day.
Oh, good. I'm so hungry, I think I'm dying.
You saw a ghost. Be more chill with the word dying.
You're always hungry.
Hey, not all the time.
Let me guess. You skipped breakfast again.
Not on purpose. I may have overslept by a few seconds today.
Right then. Stop stalling, Isabella. What's this about?
Let us say, Rebecca, she wouldn't be inviting us out if it wasn't worth hearing out.
If it wasn't worth?
Well,
okay.
We're waiting.
I'm treating you guys to a once-in-a-century thing.
An expectant grin breaks out on my face, except...
I'm sorry, say that again.
And this is important because...
What? Be cool, friends. I'm giving you food. Beck only raises an eyebrow at me, and Zach appears like he didn't get the punchline to another lame Ash joke, as desperately searching for someone to explain it. And there's marshmallows in my cup and I need them. Oh, shit. Bummer. Maybe I should rephrase it. My instant noodle days are over, or Ash is not here, so we should celebrate. I mean... I don't know. Like, this is... Why are we so mean to Ash? Let's be not a bitch.
Okay, let me do that again.
What did that do? Okay, they both like me a bit more because I didn't dunk on Ash. That's good. That's how good friendship works.
Guess what, guys? I'm paying! I sold the house!
As the news sinks in, their expression goes from sheer bewilderment to utter surprise. That's more like
You
it.
heard me right, ladies and gentlemen. As of today, I'm Maria Isabella Grace Cruz Santos and free from my instant noodle binge.
What is that?
Seriously?
Hold it, Belle. You sold the house?
Okay, you could have said it with less stank on the word you. You could have said it with like 80% less stank on the word you.
Yep.
Which house is this? In Anselm Village? The one with the open house yesterday?
The one and only. Come on, Becca. I know you've got a better memory than that.
Oh.
Look at her like...
Oh, wow. That's...
She lets out a hum. Although she's nodding, she gives the impression of someone who has heard something unbelievable and is still forcing her brain to absorb it. Did she think we wouldn't be able to sell it? Have some faith in me, Becca. Am I not your best friend or what? What? You, Becca? Less stank on the word you, Becca.
You don't believe me?
The words tumble out of my mouth before I could stop them. I've been trying to avoid bringing up yesterday's little spat, and judging by the looks on their faces, it seems like they are too. Me and my stupid mouth.
I'm sure it ain't the way you're thinking, Bella.
No, I do believe you. But don't you think the sale happened a bit too fast? The open house only started yesterday, and now you already have a buyer?
It happens from time to time.
Yeah, but look, I'm happy for you. Just yesterday, you've been really worried where to get money for your dad's new treatment. And now, all of a sudden, you have something.
The voice actor for this gal baffles me, because sometimes it's good, and sometimes she sounds like a robot. Just yesterday, you've been really worried where to get money for your dad's... What? Okay.
What if the sale doesn't push through, or I don't know, they're a fraud, or they suddenly back out?
There you go, normal. That's how normal people speak.
Isn't it a little too early to celebrate?
Rebecca does have a point, Bella. If you haven't closed the deal yet, there's still a chance they'll go back on it.
They don't seem like it to me. The lady appeared to really want it, and she approached me without even finishing the tour.
Yeah, it might be now that she's shown the letter to all the people she needs to show it to. Not Zach. Zach didn't see it. We've established this in my brain because Zach cannot be hurt because we love him and he's too good. Pressured me into it, more like. I'm not gonna tell Becca about that. Knowing her, she'd only worry.
And she already hired someone to handle the house's interior design.
You're joking. Who would do that?
The Wrights, apparently. It's actually pretty funny. She's a bit too excited to get the property, she forgot to buy it. At any rate, they've already signed the agreement today, so it's just a matter of time. And don't tell anyone about this, but Ma'am Hannah also gave us something extra.
Something as in...
Also, why is your was just like a little higher? Let's just like... Oh wait, no, this is Becca. Like a little bit less. It's just for some reason just like an inch higher than the rest, and it's weird to me.
As in, it's why I can treat you two to a free meal.
I'm more surprised you accepted it.
She didn't really give us a choice in the matter. So don't lose sleep over this, okay? The couple really want the house. If Rose didn't stop them, they'd likely have paid up front for it yesterday. That's despite the legends, too. I even tried to show them the letter. But nope. I want this house, darling. Go take all our money.
You don't really think they'd believe that, do you? I'm pretty sure for them, those are just rumors as well. No one is that superstitious in this day and age, Belle.
Why is that robot? Why is some of you think your things robot and some of your things like normal people talks?
Well, there's you.
Right. You know what? I'll just eat all of these by myself.
Same. I begin to gather the plates to my side, the food in each still untouched. A laugh almost escapes my mouth at the way Zach's expression quickly changes to disappointment. Becca's hand interrupts me just as I'm about to pull her plate closer to me.
I'm kidding. Don't go all pouty on me again. I'm just concerned you'll get hurt if this doesn't happen. I know how badly you want to close this deal for your papa.
I know how badly you want to.
I'm sure he's
Weird
gonna be
actress.
fine now, though,
Okay.
with the money. They don't know yet. I think I'll call them tomorrow. Let them know things will be easier. Mama said this morning he's showing progress with the new treatment, too. It's just a matter of time.
I allow myself to smile, genuine and uninhibited. It's strange talking about this with other people, even those who have known you long enough. But today, things simply feel a whole lot lighter with them here. In weird words. Lunch passes in an enjoyable fashion. A laugh here, a playful jab there, but most of it spent on catching up and telling stories about whatever's been keeping us busy these days. Something we couldn't afford to do the day before, taking into account what happened. Even Becca's surprisingly chatty. Is there something in the sea bass we ate? Friendliness poison! Favorite. Zach, though, appears less energetic. While he's far from being the life of a party, he's definitely not the type to keep quiet in a conversation with his friends. Apart from a few inputs, he's been silent the entire time. If Becca notices...
Are you sure you're not feeling under the weather, Zachary?
Huh? No, I'm okay. No worries, Rebecca.
Doesn't sound okay to me.
Alright, the stank.
It's okay. I might be feeling a little bummed out today, but I'm sure this will pass.
Is it about the reviews this morning?
Ah! A pained expression crosses Zach's face, and almost immediately Becca retreats in her inquiry, as though the man's look is enough of an answer for her. Yeah, they thought it was a really good film, but there were some assholes talking the entire way through! I look between the two of them. Did I miss something? What happened this morning? Did I stumble on a big secret? That's why I don't like waking up late.
You heard about those, huh?
Sorry, I just happened to check on some sites this morning.
Nah, it's a very sensitive topic in the first place. I should have expected it.
What reviews?
Becca glances at Zach, her emotions unsure, eyes asking for his consent on the matter. Although there's a small desire to keep asking on my part, I don't dare voice it out. With Zach, it's always been better to wait, to let him speak on his own. Becca too, to some extent, although with her, explosions of temper are more common. In the end, he simply answers with a shift of his shoulders, gesturing for her to go on with a tilt of his head.
Welcome back.
It's his movie.
That doesn't explain anything. Stop dangling the information, Becca!
Okay, Isabella, maybe chill a bit.
Zachary, I'm not the one supposed to be telling her about this. It's still your documentary.
Everyone's a bit on edge and a bit of a wank stain today. Just fucking be chill, guys.
Is it something bad?
Not bad per se. You guys don't need to dwell on it much.
See, Zach's got like a good temperament and doesn't speak like everything is the worst attack on him. Which is what, look, we're gonna protect this boy. If ever there's a choice between someone and Zach every time. Zach's the best. Zach is everything. Everyone else can die. I don't care.
Bad? Listen here. I wouldn't trivialize what those bowheads wrote if I were you. They're ruining other people's jobs.
Sorry, Bawheads? Bawheads. Sorry, does Bawheads have, is that word, the word that I'm seeing there, have any other meaning than the Scottish fucking term Bawhead? As in, you're a Bawhead. As in, like, a ball. It's translated as ball head, as in you're a fucking nutsack of a head. What? Bawheads. Is this another word for someone else apart from Scottish people calling people Bawheads? You fucking Bawhead. I wouldn't trivialize what those Bawheads. What the fuck? What the fuck? From how her tone rises in anger, it seems she's the only, she's the one slighted and not Zach. A snicker escapes me, which I promptly stamp on as soon as she sends me a hard look.
This isn't a laughing matter, Isabella. Some bowbag just insulted him.
No, that's not. No, it's ballbag. Oh my god, they're trying. So Becca's supposed to be Scottish? Is Becca supposed to be Scottish? Because that's a ballbag. Like Hurricane Ballbag. One of the greatest things of our generation. Oh no, wait, what was it? Oh no, was it Hurricane Ballbag or was it something else? Hurricane Ballbag. Because like we had a hurricane a little while ago in Scotland, and it was the first one we had in like forever because we don't get hurricanes. And then like because we're Scottish, we're like, oh, it's Hurricane Ballbag, as in ball bags and ball sack, because it was funny. And then the Americans didn't know what it was, and so they picked up. They're like, Hurricane Ballbag is going through Scotland at this very moment. People say that the wreckage caused by the Hurricane Ballbag. And I'm like, it's not what it's called. It's not called Ballbag. Oh my god, Hurricane Ballbag. When you're down the street with your mates, what's going by? Hurricane Ballbag. So funny. It was so funny. Do not bowbag. It's ballbag. Some ballbag just insulted him.
Calm down, Rebecca. Those are just reviews.
She's
and
supposed
it
to be
happens
Scottish. This bitch is supposed to be Scottish. This bitch is supposed to be Scottish. What's happening?
I do not ken about you two, but calling the entire film an out-and-out drivel, you're better off watching an educational kids TV show, and worst 1.5 hour of my life, among other things, isn't exactly a critique any decent movie reviewer would say.
One more again with that.
I do not ken about you. I do not ken about you. I do not ken about you two. But calling the entire film out-and-out drivel, you're better off watching an educational kids TV show, and worst 1.5 hour of my life, among other things, isn't exactly a critique any decent movie reviewer would say.
I didn't ken about you two. I didn't care about you too. What the fuck? I didn't care about you two, but calling the entire film. I didn't care. What the fuck is this? This is terrible. This is an affront to my people. I feel like this is an affront to my. I feel like they specifically were like, "Hey, fuck Scotland."
If you could call that a critique, did we even watch the same film?
Why do you go like? It would be fine if she did an Ismay, because like when I get angry, I get very Scottish. And like if she was just doing all this bit Scottish, but then the rest of it was English, that would be fine. It's just that I didn't ken about this, actually. That's weird for you to say. What are you talking about?
Well,
oh my
maybe
God.
I ain't cut out for it.
This is the
Better
greatest
stick
game
with
of
my
all time.
photography or something. If nothing else, this helped me open my eyes to what I can and can't do.
You're giving up.
It wasn't a question.
It was just something experimental I did on my free time anyway. It's no big deal.
But you worked on it for months.
Doesn't look like it matters for those people.
Don't say that!
Isabella is so 0 to 1 billion in 1 second. My palm strikes the table, sending the silverware on top clinking against each other. I didn't even notice when I rose from my seat. Jesus. Here I am, chest heaving, looking down at him in the same manner a teacher would an unruly student. I mean, was it that good a film if you guys were talking all the way through it? Becca's immensely proud. Okay. I didn't mean to yell, but there are some things people like Zach aren't supposed to say. Exasperating. He of all people should know.
It's just a review.
He's going through some shit. Less anger, more understanding. God, these two are fucking mental.
Except they're pretty well-known critics.
Why does that matter? They aren't the ones calling the shots on this. Isn't that why they have a committee? Right, Becca?
Amused gleams in her eyes when I turn to her. She says something else that's not Scottish. What does she find so entertaining here? Help me here. Your friend's about to quit his passion for a petty reason. I haven't read what those people wrote about his work, but a few scathing words shouldn't be enough to just discourage someone. I should know, after all.
Failing means you're playing, Zach. Not that I'm saying it's bad. I've seen it from start to finish, and I know for myself what you created isn't something people should scoff at.
I was the only one that actually paid any attention to it, so maybe I'm the authority here.
I don't know anything about filming or photography.
Photography.
I don't have an inkling of artistry in me except for those doodles I make for class. But I know what I watched. Look at Isabella. It's not every day you see her all riled up like this.
Becca is an enigma. I hope that it turns out that she's just like some like weird undercover agent this entire time, which explains how baffling she is as a person and the way she says things. Whatever I'm about to say gets lost in my tongue as a flush of embarrassment blooms across my face.
It was a heat of the moment thing. And anyway, I'll be very angry with you if you quit. What about the exhibit?
How was it? Isabella is so 0 to 1,000. Like, I like her happy face. This face is most of the time, which is a lot. The other face is the face, which is also a lot. Just want to... We just played this game with Zach and maybe Ash coming in every time just to be like, hey, I'm an idiot. Like, that's fun. I'm okay with the dynamic.
What exhibit?
Classified information.
See, this face. Say things that you have this face for. This is your face that makes me not want to run.
Even if I bring you your favorite tonight?
Nope, not a chance.
Don't like this face.
Oh, come on! I thought we aren't supposed to have secrets.
Burst of laughter comes from Zach.
Thanks, you two. I might need some time alone to myself for a while. Just to think about things, how I'll go from here, that sort of stuff.
I love you, Zach.
Hey,
Be
I'm
okay.
not quitting, Bella. Don't give me that face.
Okay. There's no face at all. Just a poor imitation of a puppy dog's eyes. What? If you could call this one. That's a baffling sentence. Okay.
Promise.
I'll be damned if I break any promise I make to you guys.
That was weird.
Besides, you're right. It's too early to say anything right now. Awards night ain't for another week.
That's all the answer I need from him. As sentimental as it sounds, there's fulfillment in knowing another person you know won't take the same path that you've walked. It's not like it's over for me, though. I still have some time. I could still come back. I'm like, I'm imagining like my friends just be like, it's like, oh, Ismay, like, are you still coming to my house next week? I'm like, I promised I would come to your house, and I will be damned if I don't make good on my promise. I'll be there. See ya. What the fuck? This game has got such weird power shifts in like each of these characters. Fucking Isabella is a lot. She'll go from 0 to 100 in like 3 seconds. Becca's always at 100. Ash is confused and lost in the grocery store. I don't know. He's the kid that like always ran away from his mom so that he could get free sweets while his mom came to like pick him up in the security office. Zach's normally down here, and that's good. That's where he should be for most of this. And then there's like, I'll never break a promise, but we're fine again. Do my own thing, do what I really want to do. Surely once Papa recovers, once I'm done with everything. Inside my bag, my phone buzzes unexpectedly, breaking the pleasant afternoon lull.
The screen shows Rose, who's gonna get ate by a demon.
Hey, Isabel. You at the office?
Now,
Ha ha. Very funny, Rose. I'm hanging up.
Don't, I'm kidding. BRC says the floor plan copies are ready for Miss McCullough to pick up.
She states that as if it already explains everything. Then, out of the blue, she launches on a long rant about the awful state of the Luxburn streets. All of which she says in a single breath that I can barely keep up with and make out a single word of. I stay quiet, if only to avoid becoming the next object of her frustration. She's similar to Becca in that regard.
I'm stuck in horrendous traffic right now. Bloody stupid drivers.
Stupid. When she finally has run out of things to complain about and stops, what she says next still has none of what I'm hoping to hear from her. What? Just a quick mumbled plea for me to meet the Wright's interior designer in her stead, and
Anyway, I'll leave it to you. Bye. Thanks.
bye.
Classic Rose. She ends the call without even asking for my input.
Whoa! Oh, the journal is updated.
A day after the open house, the Wrights are seen securing the mansion's purchase at the Briar Realty Luxburn office. Parties involved in the transaction were surprised how fast it went, but agreed it was to be expected when dealing with influential people like the Wrights. Happy over the sales, Belle Santos treated her friends to lunch. The sky is cloudless, and the noontime sun is beating down on the hard concrete when we leave the cafe.
Oh, Ethno, thank you so much for hosting, you sweet angel. Oh, thank you.
It's far from unbearable, but it's enough to put most people in a fickle mood or make them vulnerable to catching something. No wonder we have staff members going AWOL lately. Not to mention my boss' mercurial moods. Like, look into your staff going missing. Look into your staff going missing. Oofty. Also, does that fucking say Zarbucks? Please tell me that behind this there's a T and it's like Zarbucks. That would be the best thing in this world. Also, the Sleepy Sheep Inn. Aww. Terrible. Sir Antiques, Mrs. Flowers. This is fucking great. Okay. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I want our usual cloudy weather back. For all the gripes about the unpredictable weather, though, the streets of Luxburn remain constantly busy. Cute! It's probably haunted. Everything is haunted.
But what if it's haunted with cute ghosts?
What if I was a ghost, but I was just like
A cool ghost, you know?
just like a cool ghost you can kick it with, you know? The hurried tapping of shoes against the pavement and the inane chatter coming from the lunchtime crowd filled the humid afternoon air. A small reminder of the things we still have to do, regardless of how much I want to return to the comfort of my bed. Back to Briar Realty for me, and Zach to a meeting with a magazine publisher featuring luxury houses, and Becca to her lesson plans and books at home. But more than once I catch her sneaking a longing glance over something displayed on a shop window. Did she want to buy something? Maybe I can get it for her this Christmas. I turn my head at the last shop that she checked out. A fleeting glimpse. The world stills. That's not a thing! It's a nightmare! I get that. Yes, I do want to be the ghost from Monster Prom. I want to be Polly. This is a bad gift. 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 Wait, did it say Becca was looking at it? Maybe, okay, no, maybe there's something in there. Or maybe the curse. Maybe the curse. This is a bad gift. Don't get her this. She looks at me, eyes hollow, gaze piercing and boring into my very soul, like a set of chains to keep my whole body still. There are no shadows or whispers this time. Only a plea. A hum, low and indistinct, compelling me, beckoning me, intent on dragging me to the void beyond the glass. Help me, wind! I don't dare move. My heart hammers against my ribs, each beat, every thump screaming at me to look away and make a run for it. But I can't. I couldn't. All my limbs feel heavy, while my own breathing strains in the face of her calls. Help me.
Leave me alone.
Her mouth is stretched in a grin, wide and unpleasant. The panic building up in my chest forces me to take a tentative step back. I try not to stare at the decaying flesh, the blood streaming from gaping wounds on her arm of her nailless fingers. I don't want this. Not like this. Not after what I got. Not after I got what I want for Papa.
Oh no, stop. Leave me alone.
Her face contorts and she lets out a wail, sharp and utterly unforgiving. Rage. There's only hatred and bitterness, as if the very notion of turning away from her is an offense in itself.
Please! I don't want this!
Before I know it, I'm stumbling backwards, my own throat hoarse from the screams I didn't even notice already coming out my mouth. The back of my feet catch catch on a loose stone, sending me sprawling on the ground. The resulting pain completely jolts me out of the haze, blurring my mind. For a little while, my surroundings appear unfamiliar until Becca's face swims into my vision. A look of concern is on her face, and her hands are gripping my arms tight. Even Zach appears beside himself with worry while he stands behind her, acting as a shield against the small crowd of onlookers already forming around us.
What happened?
Bella, you okay?
My mouth opens and closes, but nothing comes out. Words refuse to form. On impulse, I sneak a swift glance at the display window. Gone. Yet the foreboding feeling hasn't left me. My hands are shaking as I push myself off the ground, my weakened limbs relying solely on reflex and muscle memory. Something icy has made its home in the pit of my stomach. I want to throw up. Anything to get the wretched sensation out.
You are screaming! Zach, call someone!
No, don't. I'm good. I need to get to the office. Rose, the floor plans. Someone's going to pick it up.
All right.
I'll see you later.
Yep. Cool.
Be
Bye.
careful! Don't stand up yet. Stay put, Isabella. Zach, you watch over her for me. I'll call for someone.
I attempt to smile to put her at ease, but it likely comes off as a grimace because I just did a nightmares. After a pleasant lunch with Zachary Steele and Rebecca Gales, Isabella Santos received an urgent phone call from Rose Cooper, asking her to meet in the Wright's interior designer. Left with no choice, she hurried back to BRC, but on the way, one of the shops she passed by, a familiar smile greeted her. Gently, I push her hands off my shoulders. My knees are still trembling, but I can stand. Leave. Leave me. Stay away. Away. The humidity is stifling, and everyone's stares are unnerving, and Becca and Zach's concerns are suffocating. I don't want to be here. No more. I don't want to be here no more. I break into a run. Okay. Wish I hadn't left my bed this morning. Here, I still want this cat pillow. Hey. Send me this cat pillow. Hey. Hey. Someone send me this cat pillow. Okay. Here with a cat bat. I mean, it could just be a bat. It could just be a bat. Whatever. Here with only the occasional drips of water on the sink and the whirring of the fan blaze to keep me company, it's easy to fall into a cycle of negative thinking. It's a very good cat bat and I love it. It's gonna be mine. Even with the clutter to keep me company, the room still feels a whole lot bigger than usual. Good night, baby. I hug my knees closer as a group passes by outside. Loud. So loud. If only there was a way to tune everything out, to keep my head from replaying every image, every sound of her. Her screams, her awkward gait as she reaches for me, her bone-chilling smile, her pleas for... Enough. It's enough. A shiver passes over me, though it's not from the hair still hanging damp against my back, nor the draft that enters the room through the windows I've left wide open. My gaze shifts over to the letter sitting on the coffee table. Its edges flutter innocuously as the wind touches it. Funny how an ordinary-looking piece of paper can bring this much trouble. The impulse to throw it away or rip it to pieces is still there. I'd easily do it, but after that, what? Will she leave me? About those people who've already seen it, will they be okay? This uncertainty gnaws at me. Knowing that she's real and might go after the people I care about. Just wish someone would listen. Believe me. An abrupt break in the silence nearly makes me jump out of my skin. Blindly, I fish out my phone from under the mess of papers and cushions, where I've carelessly thrown it before taking a shower hours ago. I love you so much, Zach. Okay. Zach's name flashes brightly on the screen. Is he calling because of this afternoon? Nah, he's just here for like a quick little chat, little chatterooskies. Frankly, it's the last thing I want to discuss, but did leave the two of them there without saying anything. Yeah. Knowing Zach, I bet he's worried, because he's a weirdo like that.
Hey, Zach.
Oh, good. I thought for sure you're not gonna pick up.
Sorry, it took me a while to find my phone.
I like that Zach's voice actor was just like, hey, I'm not gonna say ate this much because one, you're using it in a weird, stupid way, and two, you're literally just doing this because I'm black, huh? Literally, that's what I'm getting here. It's like, this makes no sense in context, so I'm just gonna do my thing. I did every aspect of Zach I love. Look, I've fallen in love with the pretend boy again. I fell in love with the pretend boy again. Whatever.
No worries. You game tomorrow?
Oh, we're cool? Okay. I pause. I don't recall making plans with Zach for the weekend.
Did I forget something?
Remember that guy I told you about? Back in the movies? The, priest? For the blessing? Does it ring a bell?
Oh, yeah, yeah. I did say that, but I didn't actually think he'd go through the trouble, especially after what happened in his film. Or with his film. Blech. Sometimes I forget how kind Zach can be. None of you deserve him. Only I deserve him. He's my pretend boy now.
Yeah, I remember. Is he fine with it?
Zach, I love you.
My friend doesn't mind. We're lucky he's not busy. So, tomorrow, he'll meet us at the mansion.
Okay. Sorry for the trouble, Zach.
Hey, no problem. I'm the one who suggested it to begin with. And, well, this afternoon you did surprise us. Never seen you scream like that. You scared the hell out of Rebecca.
I guess I owe you a lot for this, huh?
Nah, we're cool. You had us worried. But I know you'll tell us about it eventually.
It sounds fishy. I bet the priest is secretly the demon girl. Oh, don't say that. I mean, like, look. It was between him and, like, a science man? No, never mind. Should've gone with science, huh? Look, Ismay trusts science over, like, religious stuff. But I also trust Zach. And I wanted to spend a day with Zach. Look, the other one, it would make me spend a day with, well, I would suspect it would make me spend a day with both, friggin' Becca and Ash together, and when they're together, I want to be dead. So I was like, no, let's do a hot not that. Let's do a hot not that at all. But whatever. Oh god, if Zach's a demon girl, no, we can't have Zach be the actually, no, if Zach's a demon girl, then I would go to Zach with open arms in all of his demon-y form. I love him. I don't care. Fuck me up, my boy.
I just want to make sure you're doing well. You left all of a sudden and you're not answering any of our calls.
I just did. You called me before, huh? The thing I said was stupid. He's trying to get me to talk. Normally I tell him I'm fine, say a few simple reassurances to put their minds at ease. Now nothing will form. I can't even bring myself to say anything. Seems to have sensed my hesitation because he immediately changes the subject.
Yeah, anyway, I gotta go. I left something on the stove before making this call.
Okay, I love you.
Just soup. But it'd be embarrassing if I burned soup.
I feel ya. My girlfriend burned pasta because it's a nightmare.
I doubt it. Ashton, on the other hand...
Well, remind me to tell you about what he did with the pressure cooker next time. Oh, damn, it overflowed!
Yeah, she kept it cooking for so long and she just wandered off and forgot about it and then burned it. I just can't. Like, that's why I cook. That's why I cook. Oh god, Zach. Okay.
Really need to get going. Bye, Bella.
Bye, Zach. I'm in love with you. Bye.
He hangs up before I could thank him. The busy tone, though muffled, echoes through the receiver. Yeah. I can do words. No one's saying this will work, even I'm doubtful it will. Right now, I'll take anything. Anything to get out of this nightmare.
Well.
Sleep comes easier tonight. I don't trust this screen. I don't trust this screen. I don't trust sleep coming easier. Don't trust nothing. Don't trust sweet J. Zachary Steele reminded Isabel Santos of the Erminger Mansion's blessing tomorrow. They'll be accompanied by Father Norman, a well-known priest in the And Anglican, there you go, nailed it. In the Anglican and Christian communities, he is described to be a warm and approachable person, especially by the youths. Well, he's either a murderer or a pedophile, but like, damn son, look at this boy. He's gonna not be attractive when we actually see him, huh? Ooh, but preacher, plead. Oh, preacher man, plead though. Have to stop. Okay. And for the first time in a long time, I dream. Clear skies, unrestrained laughter from children playing in the streets, small, cramped dwellings. To an outsider, the sight doesn't paint a pretty picture. However, this is home to me. Okay, no jump scares. Fuck it. Nailing it. Nailing it. Doing it. Nailing it. Okay, morning dawns bright and clear the following day. Although the air still feels muggy and I miss the chilly autumn weather, it's one of those rare weekends when I'm up even before my alarm rings. If it wasn't for Zach's call last night, I'd probably sleep in. When 9 AM rolls around, I'm already on my way to the mansion. To think of that I'd have to go back again, I'd be lying if I'd say I'm excited. I don't have to anymore. Rose happily gave me the paperwork duty when I volunteered. On the last phase of sale, too. Almost. Papers signed, documents to finalize, other legalities to settle with the current owner and all that, but still. Never mind what its new owners want everything done within the week, when the process typically takes more than that. They want it done, we'll get it done. I really don't understand rich people. Same though. But money can do wonders. I won't be surprised if they'll be able to push the process just a little more, like what they did to secure the house. The point is, I'm under no obligation to return to the house anymore. Running is an option, of course. I can now move to another property and forget everything. However, at the end of the day, it's always my conscience that wins. What if something happens to those who have seen the letter? Ash, Zach, who did not see the letter because in my mind, didn't happen, so shut up. Becca, Miss McCulloch, and the rights. The guilt will follow me to my grave. The mansion looms as we approach. What if we just go in and he's like, oh, dang, that's a demon, and then goes whoop, and then there's no more demon, and then the game's over. Correct choice, bye, game done. Nailed it. Whispers welcoming me. Fuck me dry, whispers are welcoming me back, shadows are calling. I hope this is the last time. He looks a lot more like a... He's got, like, I didn't altogether see this little, kind of moustache. Okay, no, it's kind of there, but I don't know. In this, he seems a lot more approachable for some reason, and I think it's because this is kind of a very light... It looks like he's just started growing that mustache. It looks like it's just started. Why would anyone elect to have the facial hair? Right? Like, I thought there was like a goatee kind of thing, which is still not great, but it's better than just like, I started this yesterday. I just want to like relish this scene. I don't want to imagine that anyone is speaking at all. I just want this to be the case where I just walk in and these guys are just staring, smiling slightly and blinking at one another for, I would love to say hours. Oh, they blink and turn. They take turns to blink. Oh, it's faster. They blink at the same time. Oh, they blink at the same time that time. Okay. Oh, the wind blows loud. Yeah. They're engaged in a quiet conversation, are they? When I find them in the mansion's front gardens. But even with familiar company, it's impossible to feel at ease here. No matter who I'm with, the feeling of being watched is there, like the very place itself is aware of its trespassers. Zach, on the other hand, doesn't seem to notice. Or he simply doesn't care, or he's already used to it. Never tell with him. Sometimes he's as hard to read as Ash. Almost. At least Zach doesn't ask for as much patience as dealing with Ash does, and that says plenty about him. Miracle of miracles, how the two ended up to be best friends. I mean, like, opposites attract kind of deal. He waves at me as I approach. True to his promise, Zach has also brought his friend with him. I don't like this tableau! Okay. Father Norman. Okay, sure. Yeah, be Father Norman. That's fine. Yeah, you look like a Norman. Okay, alright, Bates. Somehow I expected him to look older.
Oh, don't be surprised. They say people who have found their calling are getting younger these days.
I don't know why the pauses are now fucking me up, but this tableau I hate. I hate it.
Sorry, Father. I didn't mean to say that out loud.
Oh my god.
No offense taken. Though I admit I'm a bit surprised. I didn't think someone would ask this house to be blessed after all these years.
You've heard of it, Father?
In passing. The occasional rumors and talk by the locals, nothing new. You don't spend years serving the church here without hearing a random hearsay here and there.
You never mentioned what you thought of those, Father.
Ah, but he who goes down to the grave does not come up. He shall never return to his house, nor shall his place know him any more.
So you don't think that there are demons and stuff? Again, this face. Okay.
But what I saw...
May not be what you think. It depends entirely on what you mean by it. If you're
Tim.
talking about spirit beings, angels, demons, then yes.
Wait, what? So you're just like, oh wait, okay. Because like angels and demons are not like dead. They're just like, they're just what they are. Yeah?
Are we talking about the spirits of people who have departed? The word
Okay.
makes it clear that once the deceased has left us, they are gone.
Okie doodles.
But of course, I didn't come here to bore you with a
Oh,
lecture.
that's interesting. I didn't know that. I didn't know that that was like a whole thing of just like, oh no, but wait, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost! No, wait! No! Wait! The Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost! What of the ghost? What of the ghost? What of the ghost? This is where, the fact that my fucking family are all heathens who don't know shit about religion, this is when it comes to, like, bite me on the ass. What of the ghost? And Jesus! Jesus came back from the grave? What of Jesus? Okay, I'm gonna play the game. Okay.
No, it was enlightening, Father. Thank you.
I don't know why I didn't think that I'd be yelling "What of Jesus" in this game, but here we are.
Just remember that a God who loves his children would never let them linger once the time comes.
What of Jesus?
That's what my papa often tells me.
Your father must be a good man. He raised you well, no doubt. Well then, shall we?
What of the Holy Ghost?
Regardless of what it is, I'm sure the mansion's new owners would appreciate such sincere intentions. From a stranger, no less.
Let Zach and I walk ahead. A relief. This way he won't see how tightly I'm clutching the straps of my bag. Father Norman's probably trying to put me at ease, but the worry, the cold, restless, foreboding feeling has lodged itself in my stomach, making its presence known with every step we take towards the house.
Hey, you okay?
No!
Oh! I mean, safe. Blown. I don't know why I wasn't saving it before, but also, Zach lightly nudges my side, careful, mindful to his motion, to avoid startling me, no doubt. I mean, let's tell him that it gives us the creeps. We're friends. He like that? Is he like, yeah, he likes the stressing. Oh god, we're such best friends with Zach. This is the dream. Everyone best friends with Zach. Everyone else, nothing. Don't care about anyone else. Zach best friend to all. It's hard to lie when Zach gives you that look. It's just there. That kind, the kind that implores. A silent appeal. I'm not sure if he's even doing it consciously. Another breeze blows and I try not to shiver. Try not to listen to the voices that may or may not be there.
Ugh, this place really
Well.
gives me the creeps.
It doesn't seem more than an ordinary house to me, though. Damn, I should have brought my camera with me. I saw a few areas that'd be good for a shoot.
High on the price, Zach.
You think the new owners will allow it?
something. Or someone in one of the pictures.
Then that's proof, bitch.
It just means they want to be seen, doesn't it?
Zach, you're so chill. I love you.
Don't ask for it.
It's not like we can stop them if they do.
You're really not helping, Zach.
You're helping me, Zach.
All right. Sorry. Don't worry. I don't think whatever's inside this house will do anything. I'm here, yeah? I'll take care of them. Or I think I can.
You're not that scary, but thanks. I'll be sure to run behind you if I see one.
Ridiculous talk, though the temporary reprieve it lends is more than welcome. He offers me a smile in return, the least he could do. And with a slight motion of his head, he gestures for us to move ahead, while my own fears are left forgotten for the time being. The things inside my bag clatter softly against each other while I rummage for the keys to the mansion. Should have heard the telltale jiggle by now. But didn't I put it in my bag last night? Seconds later, I'm sitting on my heels, and one after another, I'm taking everything out from every pocket, every slip. It'd be a pain to put everything back later, but I'm sure that it's just under these... nothing. Oh, gee. Oh, little times to forget.
Is something the matter?
I goofed. I oops.
No, I'm sorry, Father. I think I left the key.
No use coming up with excuses. Right after they'd both taken time to go this far away from the city. With a heavy sigh, I grab the door handle and pull myself up, a string of apologies ready at the tip of my tongue.
Careful, Bella!
We've spoken with the current owners. Well, technically, you're not yet the owners, but...
There's a brief moment of confusion, and then I'm falling. The momentum of the door swinging open pulls me back into the mansion's foyer, before I can make sense of what's happening.
Ow, my back.
Yes, person outside. Do you enjoy my dance? Okay.
Ow! Elbow.
What the? Isabella?
No time to nurse my bruised back or make up excuses, because the next thing I know, Zach's gently pulling me upright by the arm. Rose looks down at me with a mixture of apprehension and something I could not quite place. I'd say it's relief, but... She's good going, Isabella, right after you volunteered to work on the papers. Standing behind her...
Ma'am Hannah! Mr. Wright!
Oh, Isabel. We always meet in the most interesting circumstances.
Yeah.
A complete understatement, darling.
Oh, boysies.
What are they doing in my house?
Abruptly, he waves his hand at Zach and Father Norman like their presence is a slight against his own.
I thought you said you wanted to do paperwork duty. What are you doing here?
Like a deer caught in headlights. Fair Rose, it's putting me on the spot. And it leaves me no other choice but to answer.
The reason why I'm here?
Well, spit it out, Lily. We don't have all day.
That's not even a little bit my name.
I'm just here to make sure everything is fine before you move in.
I'm sorry, Mama. You said I'd go to hell if I lie. Likely will after this, but there's no other way. I mean, that is what you're doing. You're just here to make sure that everything's okay. That's not a lie. Yeah, it's not entirely a lie. I'm here to make sure no one disturbs them after they move in. Just so happens that what I'm checking for and trying to drive away is of the paranormal variety.
Oh? The house appears impeccably fine to me.
Don't be a dingus. Mr. Wright shifts his eyes around in a careful manner as if he's looking for faults in every crevice of the house. The grin on his face, though, when he returns his attention to me is similar to what my Kuya Jordan had often given me when he was up to something. Usually a scare prank, with that inevitably ended with me crying. I never did forget the way my brother sneered at me then. Part of me thinks that perhaps if I hadn't been the object of his mischief in childhood, I would have grown a little braver.
Come on, little Lily. Lying doesn't do that cute little face any justice.
Ew, first off, ew, you fucking magical pervert. Second, my name's not Lily.
I'm a very patient man. Now, why are you really here?
Like, normally really patient people do love to say how patient they are. Right now, in the face of an almost identical expression, perhaps even crueler than what I'm used to, the lie I told falls apart.
The truth is, I was just thinking we could have the house blessed before move-in day.
And why would we ever need to have this house blessed?
For luck and protection.
I shrink under his scrutinizing gaze. For a second, I guess. I think he'll start shouting at me. Instead, he laughs. Not the mocking, jeering kind, but the one wondering if he's heard things right. Say he was amused, but honestly, I couldn't understand what was so funny with what I just said. I think you can. I think you can understand why he's a bit like, oh, lol, what? Is it really that weird? Yes, you know it is! Bitch, you know it is. That's why you didn't say it first off. Shut up. Wasn't it a custom here? I wish Becca was here to explain stuff like this.
That's rich coming from you. When we saw Devil in court, you didn't.
It's a small custom back home. I thought it would be nice to do something that would bring positive energy to the mansion since this place has been empty for years.
And the papers, Isabella? I hope you did those first before this.
Of course I did. It's almost done, in fact. But there are some items I still have to double check before finalizing everything. You know I don't sign without a thorough inspection. And well, this is what this is for too. I just thought it would be more efficient to do both at the same time.
Here I thought you didn't want to go back.
A job is a job, Rose. Gotta do what you gotta do to make a living.
Wow.
Oh, well, if that's the case, then go ahead.
Okay.
No need to be so hard on her, Rosie. I personally think it's a nice touch. I was actually thinking of the same thing, but you beat me to it.
Darling, Buttercup, please. You know these things don't work.
Shut up.
No offense meant to the holy man, of course. That does not explain the nigger, though.
Oh, wow! Okay! I'm out! What? Sorry, what? Sorry, what? Sorry, what? Okay! Well, oh, fuck me dry and sideways. Who is this? The fuck is this? Who the fuck is this? All of a sudden, there's a really awkward silence that even Rose of all people seems reluctant to break. Are we reluctant? I'm not reluctant to break it. I'm not reluctant. Can someone be a bit more like, sorry, cunt lord? Oh my god, throw him out. Although a desire to do so is evident in the way her eyes shifts nervously to Mr. Right. Meanwhile, Zach's grip on my arm suddenly tightens. He doesn't say anything further, but there's a conflicted look on him when I glance up. Just like murder him, it's fine. No one will notice. Wow. That's the face he makes only when he desperately wants to give someone a piece of his mind, but chooses not to. Mostly to avoid confrontation or fanning the flames to an argument. I mean, fan the flames to a sweet little murder, you know? He's always been like this. Even among his own friends, he chooses to take a placating stance despite holding opinions of his own. Not that I won't say anything. I know Mr. Wright's a client, but you cannot say that in front of other people. In front of Zach, no less. Just like, why? Oh boy. If Ashton were here, I know he wouldn't stand for it. And neither do I. There's a reason why bullies back home never touch my younger brother again after I gave them a taste of their own medicine. He might be inches taller than me, but I'm pretty sure I could land a hit or two. Isabella's gone back up in my brain. Maybe. If only I'm not going to get in trouble with BRC for it. But before any punch could be thrown, Ma'am Hannah cuts in.
Lucille Mitchell-Wright.
Sorry? Your fucking name is Lucille? Your fucking name is Lucille? Your fucking name is Lucille? There's a lot of stuff happening right now. I feel like I'm going through a whole range of emotions I've never felt before. in a voice too firm, demanding his complete silence.
What?
You mean what, cunt lord? Instead of answering, she merely crosses her arms and shoots her husband a sharp, disapproving stare. That seems to have done the trick. He immediately shuts his mouth, but not before muttering a few inaudible words under his breath. After this, Ma'am Hannah could only sigh and roll her eyes, more than happy to get back to the topic at hand. Jesus Christ.
I'm sure she knows what she's doing, love. She got us the house, remember?
Let's move on, huh?
Who knows what a little positive vibe can do? It could even give us what we've been eagerly waiting for all these years.
What have we been waiting for?
I've
don't
been waiting
think
for
I
you
was
to
ever
leave.
informed of.
Nothing you should worry about right now. Anyway, we've still got a few things we need to discuss with Rosie here. Over lunch, I hope you don't mind, Isabel. We'd love to take you with us, but...
Oh, no. Go ahead, ma'am. This'll take time. That's why there's 2 of us working on this.
Rose looks like she's about to murder someone. Probably me. I mean, there's a good candidate for murder. At least she won't have to stay in a haunted property. She's getting the better end of this deal, if anyone's gonna ask me.
Oh, wonderful. I hope the next time the 3 of us meet, it'll be over a closed deal,
Is the 3 of us including him? Because I would like to not see him again.
Please look forward to it.
Rose hurriedly hands me the keys to the house before leaving, mouthing reminders to secure the place and harmless threats for throwing her under the bus. I return it with a reassuring smile of my own, even if she's the one who often forgets. Yet, just like that, gone. As quickly as they appeared, fleeting from one scene to the next, and leaving me wondering if this is simply what's typical for the rich and famous. If so, I'd rather stay with my rundown apartment and our little shack back home. There's still joy in the smallest things, after all. Uffity duffity. Okay. With a house this big, it's not surprising when the ceremony takes a few hours to finish. The sun's already high by the time we've gone through the last room. I can never say I'm a devout follower of my own faith, even with Mama and Papa's teaching. But hearing every word Father Norman uttered as we went around the house has put me at ease. All of a sudden, the mansion doesn't seem so scary anymore. Maybe there's an end to this. Or maybe this is the end. Father Norman bids us goodbye upon exiting the mansion grounds. He has business in the village nearby, he says. A minute gesture to reach out to the members of their parish every once in a while. It reminds me of a distant memory, of helping hands and a few kind smiles that helped my family pull through when times were tough. But before he leaves...
Isabella, a word before I go?
Okay.
Zachary hasn't been really forthcoming with your situation, and it is something I understand it wasn't his to share.
Yeah, I saw a ghost.
But whatever burdens you, know that it's not a permanent fixture in your life.
It's a ghost.
Besides, you have people to bear it with.
It's a ghost.
I bite back the harsh retorts before they come out, masking it with a smile as we wave the good priest off. His words, though, meant to comfort, has only left a bitter taste in my mouth. And if they don't believe you, what am I to do? A hand lands briefly on my shoulders, taking me out of my thoughts before they take a sullen turn. But my smile doesn't quite reach my ears when I turn to him.
Say, do you want to go somewhere?
Ears? What? Did it actually say ears, or am I being an idiot? Yeah, I'm pretty sure, like... You're not gonna Joker smile, it's reach my eyes. That's okay, whatever.
Right now? Where to?
Anywhere in the city. I'll leave it up to you.
We are definitely gonna hang out with Zach. Boom. Said boom. Boom. Hang out with
Wouldn't
Zach.
hurt. I've got some stuff I need to buy.
I was
Groceries.
gonna say, if it's gone less. If that's gone less, that would make me sad. It's like, come and hang out with me. Sure. Let's hang out with Zach, our best friend.
And there's a shop I want to check.
Is it real food this time?
Yeah.
Let me guess. Rebecca?
She's just worried about you. Even I can't eat that much instant noodles.
Think of it as a talent. Let's just go, Zach.
No, I can't scooch closer. No.
I smile. A real one this time, devoid of any unpleasant thoughts. Regardless of what happened between us these past few days, I don't want to think harshly of them. Jack had me wait on a nearby bench upon arriving, prior to going off somewhere. He hasn't returned since, and it's been a good 20 minutes of being left alone entirely to my thoughts. In this weather, the city park gives off a lazier and more languid vibe than usual. Where children are usually seen running around and playing, there are no people lying, leaning back on picnic blankets and simply enjoying the afternoon sun. The smell of food drifts from nearby carts, and if the wind blows in the right direction, one could catch the whiff of freshly trimmed grass. I'll gladly sleep on this bench if I wasn't waiting for anyone. Don't sleep on benches. Soon enough, I see his hulking figure running towards me, carrying a medium-sized box on one hand and casually waving the other at me. He's panting when he reaches my bench. Sweat drips profusely from his forehead, but there's a grin on his face.
Sorry, the line was really long. Really long.
So you're a weird boy, I like you.
You didn't have to run. Sit down first.
Nah, I'm good. Didn't want to make you wait for these.
I already know what's in the blue box before he opens it. I got an achievement called Precious Cinnamon Roll because he is! I also love this goddamn fucking Pulp Fiction ass. Oh, is it Pulp Fiction? Yeah, Pulp Fiction ass, like, shining box. He is a precious cinnamon bun. He is a precious cinnamon bun. And he's brought us precious cinnamon buns. I'm sorry, I forgot. I'm doing a thing today. Okay. I might do a barf, but we'll get it. We'll work it. Okay. Okay. So, I host a show called Crit Chat. It's a podcast where we talk about D&D and give advice on D&D. And we don't really. Okay, we try to, but then we don't. We talk about ranch dressing mostly and other things. We talk about a lot of shit. One of the beautiful souls that is on more often than not is the wonderful Emily, who is terrible and we hate her. She's very Nebraskan, and apparently a thing that they do in Nebraska is have cinnamon rolls and chili. And she will never stop talking about cinnamon rolls and chili. Like cinnamon rolls, and then you get some chili and you... And I did a dumb, because I was like, I'm making chili this week, and she was like, Ismay, you have to try it. So, I'm making chili tonight. I bought some cinnamon rolls. And I feel like I am on an episode of Punk'd, because this is what I'm doing tonight. I don't know what it's going to do to my flesh body. I have a sensitive ass stomach. I don't know what this is gonna do. It's going to ruin me probably, but you'll see me on the stream tomorrow, and I'll either be dead or I will have a look of deep shame. The deep shame will be if I end up liking it, which is a possibility. Wait. I don't know if there's anything else I need to have it. Like, this is saying, like, cream cheese. Do I need to have cream cheese as well? Wait. Nebraska. I can't believe I'm looking up more shit about fucking Nebraska. I know so much more about Nebraska than I want. Cinnamon rolls. Chili. Nebraska chili cinnamon rolls. Oh, okay. Okay, I don't think that I need to put cream cheese on it. Or maybe I do. My God. This is heinous. I'm gonna do this tonight. I'm gonna eat this thing and I'm gonna... oh God. Oh, what are you dunking it in? What are you dunking it in? I'm seeing a lot of images that I'm not entirely happy with. I'm just going to pretend it's not there. I will do it later, but oofty doofty. Cinnamon rolls. All 6 of them topped with a white cream cheese glaze. The very same one I bought after I sold my first property. After I met Zach, Ash, and Becca. Funny how such a small thing could trigger a distant memory, no matter how mundane it is. I don't say no to free food, but why is he getting me these now?
What for?
He leans on the empty space beside me, wiping the sweat off his forehead before answering.
An apology. And as thanks for yesterday and the other day.
You don't have to buy me anything, Zach.
You were upset. You haven't been yourself recently, and people kind of miss that, you know?
Are you just saying that, or...
No, really. Rebecca told me. You know how she is. Ashton, too.
Ashton was an ass. He should have been named Ashhole instead.
Oh my god. We've been over your super fun joke like 15 times, girl.
He went a little overboard, yeah. I can talk to him if you want.
He'll still tease me about it, even if it's Rebecca telling him to stop. Besides, I can handle him.
You always do. And yesterday, when you talked me through my little slump, I thought, hey, I want our old Isabella back.
Look at his face. He's so good. God, I love him.
Are you still upset?
Aww. Aww. Read the journal. Let's read the journal. Oh, it's a new day? Wait, it's a new day? Wait, how's it a new day? It's a new dawn, it's a new day. Oh, yeah, okay, no, okay, yeah, no, it is a new day, isn't it? Father Norman, Zachary Steele, and Isabel Santos. I thought that this scene was a new day, and I was like, that makes no sense. And Isabel Santos went to the mansion for the blessing. There they encountered the mansion's new owners, the Wrights. After the blessing, Zachary and Isabella were seen sharing a box of sweet cinnamon rolls in the park. What I don't like about this is how it seems to be written like a police report. This seems to be written like a police report. That's not great for me. That's bad, huh? Oof. There are times I wish Zach had been my big brother, or Becca, my older sister. Maybe life would have been a little easier then. Maybe Papa wouldn't be as sick as he is. Maybe I wouldn't be alone here. I'm not alone. But then again, if he is, if they are what I wish them to be, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't have met Ash, too. Life back home is tough, but for all that, I wouldn't change it for one selfish wish. In this city of 68,000 people, I have people I could depend on. 3 of them, in fact. 68,000... They've been making me think that this is like the biggest city in the world. Whatever. When you think about it, when you compare the numbers to the odds of finding someone like them amidst this sea of nameless people, I'm lucky.
Thanks a lot for today, Zach. You didn't have to, but you did. I can always count on you.
Just me? No Ashton or Rebecca? Oh boy, they won't be happy to hear that.
Shut up.
I don't mind being the favorite, though.
You are my favorite. I love you. You're my favorite forever. Goodbye, I love you.
Nope, no favorites. But you cook better than both of them, so that's a plus.
It's always been food with you, ain't it?
Not an appropriate use of ain't it. Please stop.
Don't put it like that. You're making me sound like a glutton.
I'm not saying you are. But it does feel good to know there's someone I can invite for food to be able to eat all of it.
That's me. Invite me.
Only that? I thought we were also art buddies.
Oh, that too. But the food thing really stands out when you think about it. You do eat a lot for someone your, size.
This is an ongoing problem where it's cute when little people like me can eat a lot, but when larger people eat a lot, it's considered disgusting. We live in a shithole society.
Low blow. I take pride in my height.
So, is it okay now? Do you feel better? Does it still scare you?
A little. I'll be okay. I'll figure it out, somehow. It's not as bad as the other day, and Father Norman helped too. I should have brought something to thank him.
Oh, we could visit him anytime. He loves hearing from the young ones.
I don't like that.
He isn't that old, is he?
Don't know. He doesn't tell.
That's bad in just a lot of ways.
I think I might have seen his face somewhere before. I just couldn't recall when or where. Ash says he looks like his boss, so the bartender at the local pub if he squints.
Eh?
Don't take his word for it, of course. He might have accidentally inhaled something from the forensic lab again when he said that.
This time, the laughter that comes from both of us is genuine. Back to the usual. Things may not have been the easiest lately, but it certainly isn't the worst that's happened. We do end up sharing the cinnamon buns between us, despite Zach's insistence that it's only for me, but more than the food, there's relief and contentment.
If you need anything, just ring, okay? Like when Ash annoys you too much. I'll help you with him, best friend or not.
I love him. Okay.
No way. I can take him on.
Still an extra muscle wouldn't hurt, yeah? Just let me know, and I'll back you up.
Zach, you're too good for this game. Please leave so you don't get murdered by a ghost.
My sister knows this one thing to shut him up when he's being his usual self. Ask me what it is whenever you want, and I'll spill it.
Is it sex?
I don't think that's necessary, but thanks.
Okay. He leaves me with a smile and a wave. Off to some new gig again. As for me, we still need to talk, Becca, Ash, and I. Put petty arguments aside like the adults we all are. This, however, is a start, no matter how small it may be. I just hope I can keep them safe. A light wind blows again, sending dried leaves swirling and the distinct smell of earth in the air. For the first time, the sunlight feels less harsh. Maybe a walk is good. I need to visit the grocery, too. Come to think of it, wasn't there an art store that opened recently near the park?
Let's go! Onwards.
Need to click it again? Oh! Need to click it again for some reason. Oh. The cat's name is Baruthiel. What? Or at least that's what his collar says.
What cat? What cat? What cat? What cat?
What do you mean? Okay. We had a dark screen, and then we're back in the same place. And then the cat's name is Baruthiel. Okay. Oh, name of a cat. Losers. It speaks grace, much like the one that carries it. It shows in the way he swishes his tail and his eyes follow my hand's every movement. We've just fallen in love with a cat. I mean, this is very relatable content. Don't get me wrong. This is relatable content in that, oh, I really need to go get groceries. No, wait, a cat. No, wait, a cat. No, wait, there's a cat. Never mind. I'm good. There's a cat. Not sure what he finds fascinating in me, to be honest. I wasn't the very picture of grace when he found me, after all. It was a bad idea, carrying 2 heavy bags of newly bought art materials and groceries without help or a sure ride home. In hindsight, perhaps I shouldn't have bought all of these at the same time. I didn't even make it past the park. And now I'm suffering underneath the glaring afternoon sun, hunched up on a park bench and drenched in sweat, in the company of a cat curiously watching me, my every movement. It stays where it is. It's just a black cat, but back at home, they're considered ill omens.
Don't look at me like that. I can act graceful as well if I want to.
Not that I've ever acted graceful in my life, of course. Growing up with rowdy younger brothers and a sister does that. Or maybe it's the opposite. Mama used to call me a little troublemaker before. Well, graceful or not, there's no use moping. Short breather and then I'm off home. Besides, it's not like the company's bad. Even if it's a cat, as long as it doesn't bite or cross my path.
Well, where's your owner, anyway?
He has one, doesn't he? An owner? That's what the collar's for, right? A bandage is wrapped around one of its paws, though, and I wonder what happened to it. Did he run away?
Well, if you don't have one, I won't be able to take you in. My apartment doesn't allow pets.
That's what you say before you get a cat!
I tried to bring one home before.
Oh.
A cat. Not black, of course. And Rebecca threw a fit before the landlady could.
Take a small packet of sweets from one of the bags beside me and pop it open. As I'm about to put one in my mouth, he meows. My hand stops.
Do you want one?
No! Don't feed a cat candy! He doesn't meow again, as I'm expecting to do, but I take his unblinking gaze as a yes, and then I don't feed him candy, because it's a cat! I shift the piece to my palm and hold it out warily, because I'm a psychopath! He sniffs at it once before...
Baruthia!
Yeah, that's about right. Okay, I might be in love with her too. Like a good, properly trained cat, that exists apparently, Baruthiel responds as soon as he's called. Baruthiel or... Recognition comes as soon as my head snaps in the direction of the voice. Miss McCulloch's hard to miss, what with her height.
I'm sorry. Did my cat hurt you?
No, Angel.
Miss Santos, was it? I'm surprised to see you here.
Nice to meet you again, Miss McCulloch.
Were you harmed in any way? I'm sorry. Baruthiel's not exactly fond of other people. Even run away from the veterinarian right now.
Oh no, he was just sniffing my hand earlier.
My Baruthiel's a she.
She, all this time I thought, the pause in conversation, if this can be called one, is uncomfortable. We're merely two people working different jobs for the same client. Frankly, meetings like this don't happen a lot. And if it does, a simple nodding of heads is enough. Yes, can I direct us back to where your starting thing with her was, which is at the same level as Ash, who you've known for ages. You met them on the same day as Hannah and Luke. Why do you like her so much automatically? You weirdos. Okay. Still trying to be friendly wouldn't hurt, right? Let's talk about cats. I don't really want to talk about your job. I want to talk about cats. You like to talk about— No! Why don't you want to talk about cats? Why are you a loser that doesn't want to talk about cats? I want to talk about cats. I keep my tone cordial and warm.
I'm actually surprised you have a cat, Miss McCulloch.
Yeah, well, that's a weird thing to say.
And why exactly is that? There are a lot of people who have pets.
Yeah, but not a black one. I'm amazed you're taking care of one.
Isabella? You're very strange. I mean, like, I know the superstitions, and I know that, like, you're a very superstitious person in general, but it's one thing to be like, oh, like, in like, my culture with, like, and, like, among my family, we believe that, like, when black cats cross your path, it's unlucky. And it's weird. Why do you have a black cat, you weirdo? That's strange, huh? Be less weird, Isabella.
I don't understand what you're trying to get at. Is there a problem with my cat?
No, not at all. She's very sweet. Just in other cultures, aren't they a sign of bad luck?
Oh my god. Just be cool with the cat. Just be like your cat's cool. God damn it. Now I know why it's a negative emotion. Why have you done this? Why are you so baffling as a person? Jesus. Oh, wait, my
Nothing has
grandma used to tell me
happened
stories
to me
about it. Displeasure is evident on her face. Yeah, forgot that for other people, black cats are an omen of good luck. Or maybe they're just like, I like this fucking cat. My god. There you go again, running your mouth off, Isabella. I rack my brain for a way to remedy the situation, but she holds out a hand.
This is a good place to stop and end this conversation, don't you think so?
She's not here for it at all. Oh, she's outie 5,000. Whatevs. Do we go back and fix this? No, fuck it. I wanted to talk about cats, and apparently, like, I should have known that if Isabella's gonna talk about a cat, it's gonna be batshit insane.
It is good to see you again, Santos.
A complete dismissal if I've ever heard one. Yep, I watch her as she leaves. No, but I want to be friends with her because I like her. My people pleasing is stepping in. My people pleasing is stepping in. My people pleasing. My people pleasing. Oh god, I want to go back. I want to go back and be friends with her. No. We don't have to be friends with everyone. We want to, but we don't have to. I want to be friends with her. Okay. I watch as she leaves, though she stops shortly before crossing the threshold separating the park from the street. She faces me again, looking like there's something she's forgotten to say.
By the way, about the Ermengarde mansion. With my clients, it's the rights. I mean, I hope you don't mind me asking, but has the deal been finalized?
There's still a few papers they need, but the house is more or less theirs now.
Ah, thank you. That's all I needed to know.
Bye-bye!
Wait, about the mansion.
No, don't go weird on her. The letter. Same one they saw. Whoever she is, she's asking for help. Someone. I want to tell Miss McCulloch that the urban legends aren't just legends anymore. Actually, when I say this, but if I saw a fucking nightmare, I'd be like, I don't give a fuck. I know that people think I'm crazy, but I saw the ghost, and I saw it real bad. I saw the ghost real bad, bitch. Here's the thing. At the same time, we did just get it, like, blessed, so maybe she'd be like, eh. They're real. She's not gonna believe me.
Don't mind me. I need to go too. Have a good day, Miss McCullough.
I hastened to pick up all the bags I've left on the bench and ran as far as my legs could take me. Stop running! In that moment, what I'm carrying in my hands weighs far lighter than the overwhelming guilt trying to consume me. Home. I want to go home. Anywhere where I won't be reminded of the house. Her. My own cowardice. I don't like the creepy music. Okay.
Ah, look at this cutie! Wow.
While looking after a lost cat, Isabella Santos met the interior designer Marion McCulloch by chance. He also happened to be the cat's owner. The two were seen having small talk before Isabella abruptly left because she can't have a regular conversation. The food tastes less appetizing tonight. Pity. One would think that someone who had been on a continuous binge of instant noodles would find a home-cooked meal enjoyable. But it isn't. Hunger isn't what's gnawing at me tonight. Neither are my sore muscles.
Well, this boy is still all up in my grill.
Okay. TV runs loudly in the background, but what it says barely registers in my brain. Hard when the things you're trying to forget keep returning to the forefront of your mind. Distracts you. It's at you. Devours you. I wish this would stop. I wish I wasn't the one who picked it up. I wish I was somebody else.
In other local news, a woman was found dead in her home yesterday evening. Luxbourne police officials are currently investigating the crime scene, but has classified the case as homicide. The victim, identified as Rose Pamela Cooper, 33 years old, working as a real estate agent.
She got hit by a demon! She got hit by a demon! Well, she probably didn't get hit by a demon, huh? She probably got homicided, huh? Oh no! We just saw her yesterday. Oh, today. We saw her today. Oh no! Could we have made this not happen? Could we have made this not happen? Oh, dink. Oh, dink. Could we have made... Is she dead because we got cinnamon rolls? Did we pay for her life with cinnamon rolls? Not worth it. Rose?
Discovered lying in a pool of blood in her two-bedroom flat with the words "Help me" repeatedly written on the walls.
Okay. No, but she never saw it. She never saw it. She never saw the letter. She never saw the letter. She never saw the letter. She never read the letter. She touched the letter. She touched the letter. She touched the letter. She touched the letter. She never saw it. She never saw it. Okay, well this isn't ideal, I guess. Ooh, oofty-doofed. No. This isn't what I want. Okay, well I don't think anyone cares what you want right now. She's dead. This isn't supposed to happen. None of this is supposed to happen. No one is supposed to die. It was just stories, right? Legends. That's what everyone kept telling me, so why? And immediately I rushed to my study table in search of my phone. My hand, cold from dread, clings tightly to it as soon as I reach its edges. A piece of folded paper, the letter, lying unassumingly beside it, slips to the floor when I pick up the device. Please say it doesn't say show it to 4 people or some shit on but I pay it no mind. There are far more important things. Right now, I need to call her. I need to call her. I was with her. I was just with her not too long ago and she was okay. No. It isn't Rose. I'm sure of it. I just talked to her and a sob escapes me and hot tears begin to blur my vision. One after another they trickle down, weighted by the very same guilt I refuse to admit I've been carrying from the start. The same one I've been hiding from. The same one that's put the people I care about in danger. My hands shake as I navigate to Rose's number on my contacts list. She'll answer, right? That's what she always does. She'll pick up, tell me to turn down the waterworks, call me a wuss afterwards.
She'll answer. Please answer, Rose.
Again and again I dial. Whispering, praying, pleading.
Come on, Rose! Don't do this to me! Please pick up! I know you're there, Rose. You're not dead. Please tell me you're not.
This adds to the series of deaths and disappearances that has plagued Luxborn in the recent years. The authorities are currently looking at a possible link with the notorious Anselm Butcher case.
TV runs loudly in the background. A deafening static sounds from my phone's speakers. But in my ears I can only hear the screams. Her pleas. Her whispers. I hate the help me wind! You're not safe. Next day! What the fuck? Was she always gonna die? Oh god. News of Rose Cooper being found dead in her flat the evening before. The authorities classified the crime as homicide, possibly linked to the notorious Anselm Butcher. Sorry, a mysterious serial killer who committed brutal murders over the years and left bodies with his signature phrase, "Help me." Oh, okay, so he does that a lot? So wait, okay, well this is a case that's been going on for ages and we didn't know about it? No, okay, no. If this is a thing, because wasn't Ash saying that he worked on this case, like this is Ash's case? And he saw the note that we were carrying about and he was like, ha, look at that funny note. No, fuck you. Fuck you that he's just like, oh, look at that weird note. He has to know, that's it, this is his case. If that's a thing that the fucking butcher does, he should know about it, right? That's a thing! Oh my god. A buzzing sensation jolts me awake. My body still wants to sleep, to forget what I heard, what I saw last night. But it's there, nudging and prodding at me. Slowly I become aware of how awkward my position is, and that the aches that accompany sleeping in a curled up position the nights before. If I even slept at all. The memories are impossible to forget now that Rose is gone. They say it's easier when you say it out loud. Instead, words weigh heavier on me each time. It's gone. Gone because of me. Gone because of the letter I was too curious to look at. I should have been more careful. I should have just kept my mouth shut. I should have destroyed it before anyone else got involved. Should have... The notification light on my laptop blinks incessantly, mockingly when I look at it. As if it's calling me back to a sense of normalcy. I check it nevertheless, out of habit more than anything. To all BRC employees, in light of recent events, there'll be an all-staff emergency meeting from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. Attendance is a must. Company changes, new hierarchies, policies will all be discussed during the meeting. Everyone is expected to bring a copy of their own attendance logs and sales reports for the last 6 months to be submitted for your respective managers to review. We are expecting everyone's cooperation. Thank you, Joanne Alice Schultz, BRC HR Manager. If this were one of those typical days, I'd happily comply and get myself to our office. Today, my limbs just feel heavy. One hand, going will keep me busy, take my mind elsewhere. The other, the place itself, is a stark reminder of what my own fears have cost me. I don't know if I should go to work or stay at home. What, should I go to work or stay at home? Do I go to work or stay at home? Do I go to work or stay at home? Friend just died. I don't want to go to work. My friend just died and I don't want to go to work. I don't want to go to work. Right? So many, oh my god. No, I don't want to go to work, right? She just died, and I know there's like, oh, they'll be sad too, and they're still going. But fuck that, my friend was just literally brutally murdered. No, fuck you, I'm staying at home. Fuck you. My hand automatically moves to press the delete button. What's the use? I won't be able to work anyway. Not with this weighing on me. Not with the images flashing in my mind. Not with these voices calling for me. Over and over and over. I flop back down on my bed and discard the phone and the nest of pillows beside me. The TV's still running, I notice vaguely, having been left open the night before. I have no desire or interest in it now. Rose is dead and it's all my fault. Shoving a pillow over my head, I make an attempt to sleep again. Anything just so I won't feel this heavy feeling in my chest. Ooh.
Hi, Becca.
A cheerful voice with a tinge of hesitance greets me as I answer the sudden call.
Hey there! How are you feeling?
Hey, Becca! Maybe tone it down on the hey!
Good morning, Becca. I just want to check on you.
There you go, that's more
I heard
appropriate.
the news. How are you doing?
I don't know, say something weirdly Scottish even though you're not Scottish, you know? It's as if her question has opened a dam of emotions I've been keeping at bay.
Becca. Rose, she... Shh. It's okay. I know. I'm sorry. I know how much she means to you.
Come over, be my friend.
No, you don't understand! This is what I've been telling you guys! What you've been telling... Alright. Tell you what. Why don't we eat dinner together today? I heard the diner near your office is serving your favorite today. My treat?
Not in the office. I'm gonna meet up with her. Because, come on. It's good to be with people, but not at work, because fuck off. Perhaps it's better to talk to Becca about this in person, not over the phone and when I'm calm. But it's not too late. She might still listen to a reasonable explanation.
Okay. I'll meet you after school. So long as you don't make me pay, okay? I've already treated you to free food the other day.
Well, okay, sure. Oh my god.
You know I'm not like that. If there's anyone who should be complaining here, it's me.
What?
But promise me you'll stay safe, alright?
You guys are weird.
What's gotten into you? I don't think that's necessary, considering I'll be at school the whole day.
What do you mean what's gotten into me? My friend was just murdered. Shut up, what's gotten into you? Oh my god.
I'll wait for you here, understood? Don't be late. I can only stay until... Promise me. If something bad happens, you'll run and...
The Luxbourne Police Department continues its search for the following reported missing people.
Are they all from my goddamn firm? I lift the phone away from my ears and turn my attention to the news. Never mind that Becca's still on the line. These faces. Hold on a second. Missing? Aren't they all people at my work? No shit.
Becca, I'll call you back.
Oh my god.
There's something
You
I have
all
to look up.
Are stupid and I hate you. Everyone's stupid and I hate them.
Wait, Isabella, what are you...
Frantic, I press the end call button and open my laptop. Loud tapping of my fingers against the keys fills the room, and for the rest of the day as I look through everything. The background about the place, its history from the current owners, and a list of employees hired under BRC. I'm right. Of course I am. BRC may have a lot of a lot of staff. They may have a lot of agents hired, but I remember those names anywhere. They're part of the crew who worked with us in preparing the mansion for the open house. Everyone from the mansion is dying. Still, I've got to check. One by one, call after call, I go through each missing person on the list. This isn't anything illegal, right? I'm just someone concerned for a fellow co-worker. Night has fallen by the time that I've gone through the whole thing. Gone. They're really gone. No one knows where, but they're gone. Then the letters can't be. I hope it's not what I'm thinking.
But Rose is...
Something snaps into place in the fraction of a moment. These people in Rose.
I need to tell someone.
They need to know. Ash, Zach, Becca. That's right. We agreed to meet. She needs to know. Of course. Of course. The letter, my phone, papers, anything that would be useful. I grab all of them and make a run for the nearest bus stop. Isabella Santos holds herself in her apartment the whole day after the devastating news of her mentor's death. More disappearances were reported that morning, most of them faces she was familiar with. After talking to Rebecca Gales, she agreed to meet with her for dinner, but... Becca must be really annoyed at me, but maybe if I use the subway, I can still get her before her patient snaps. As I run, I bring up my phone to my ear. Her number's already being dialed. I mean, I feel like she should be understanding, again, when your friend just got brutally murdered. Each rings in sync with the quick tapping of my foot against the pavement, the sound taking the away the anguish of the agonizing weight. She's not answering. Please don't also be dead. Okay. I turn to the nearest shortcut I know, a small street Becca's warned me to never take before. No lights, no other pedestrians passing by this time of night. Don't go here! I don't want this! Dangerous, but right now I have to. Oh, you don't. We're good. Oh, I don't wanna. Oh, I don't want to. Okay. If I want to fix this, I have to get to her. Reaching the crosswalk at the end of the short avenue is a relief. A little more and I'll be at the station once I get to the other side of the street. My fingers fly over the keypad again in another attempt to call her. 5 seconds till the signs change. Please answer. 4 seconds. Becca's still not picking up. 3. I redial her number for the 3rd time. 2. Please, I beg you. 1. My feet are already moving. Finally, it connects. Help me. World grinds to a halt. And when I look up, no, I don't want to look up and she's there. Oh, God. Okay. Okay, this is okay for now. Stay at that distance. The same misshapen face, tattered clothes, and unsightly gait. Her voice reaches out to me again, calling like every other time. Whispering, 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 drowning my ear with endless pleas and cries, gripping me with words I couldn't even begin to understand. There are shadows pulling at the edges of my vision, and the terror her presence brings wounds itself tighter on my legs this time, pinning me to the ground. To help me with. Tara, thank you for following. I hope you enjoy the stream. I'm not enjoying the stream. God damn it.
No, enough. How can I possibly help you? I couldn't even help myself, or the people I dragged into this.
No, I'm good. She smiles, her lips contorting into something menacing. Right then and there, I understand the cutting anger in her eyes and the depth of the circumstances we found ourselves in. There is no escape. It's the last thing I see before my phone slips from my fingers and I'm gonna die? Oh, no jaywalking achievement. Oh. I just killed Isabella! Oh no! Oh, oopsie doodle! Oopsie doopsie! Oop! 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 Oopsie doop! Oopie doodles! Oopsie doo! Oops! I oopsed! Aw, Dunkaroo! Aw, Unco Dunko! Aw, beans! I oopsed so bad! I oopsed so bad! Oh, I oopsed so bad! I got her murdered! I got her murdered! Oh no! Oh hot oops. That's a hot oops right there. Profile's Hannah. Hannah Wright Me Evans. Oop. I don't want to have to, I'm gonna have to fucking be around goddamn fucking racist pervert McGillicuddy. I don't like, oh, this sucks, okay. April 30th is his birthday. Taurus, 31 years old. For a lot of characters, you have to be very careful in your choices if you want them to survive. Oop! Oop! Oh, oop. That's a hot oops. That's a hot oops right there. I murdered her. Okay, I think in the future, anything that's like be around other people, we go with that option instead of stay home and like grieve. I want to stay home and grieve though. I want her to be able to stay home and grieve, you know? Aw, oop. I done oopsed, huh? Done oopsed real bad. Oh, dunk. Oh, dunk. Well, that's not ideal. Okie dokie. Oh, wait 1 second. Need to... Wait, oh no. Wait, bloop. Bloop. And, oh, damn it. I hate this new tag system that you have to do in Twitch. I completely forgot to do any of the things because I'm a dinkus. That and God, everything's so. I can't believe I murdered her. I can't believe I fucking murdered her so bad. I can't believe I murdered her so bad is the only problem. That's not great. That's not ideal. Oh God. Okay. Well, look, what we're gonna do is deal with our terrible decisions, I guess. Oh my God. That's not great. It's not great. It's not great. It's not great. Okay. Oh, wait. Okay. Height, occupation, heiress, nationality, British, religion, Anglican. Educated masters in business administration and major in accounting. She likes bouillabaisse. I know what that is. Dogs, fashion, parties and dancing, the beach, children, iconic women, charity, math. Of the Luxembourg upper class, Hannah's used to living a life of luxury. Absent parents made her crave for attention, though, something she gained from her private tutors and nannies instead. It was never enough, however. She studied hard in order to make her parents proud, going into business so she would work alongside them. The challenge in her otherwise privileged life was certainly a thrill for her, at the very least. She had many suitors, dating different men and women, but it was through work that she met Luke. It was love at first sight for her, and then she married a racist asshole. Upon her parents' death, Luke proposed to her. That was the move that led to the merging of the Wright Enterprise and Evans Incorporated in her subsequent retirement. Their 7-year marriage is strained. I wonder why. But Hannah tries her best to make it work. Does it say dead? Does it say dead now in Isabella? Dead years old. She's dead years old. I can't believe we killed her. I can't believe we killed her. Oh no. Okay, oop. It's far too easy to get them to pay attention, enraptured. They hang on to my every word and follow my every move. All of it would have been stifling if I had not grown used to such stares. Most are respectful, some are hostile, if we're honest, and a few are downright inappropriate. After all, I am...
Hannah Wright!
Okay. There's a moment of agitation as a familiar but less than welcome face approaches me with a suggestive smirk on his face. Of course, I have to keep a benevolent smile and greet him as I would any good friend. After all, this man can turn heads, being famous in his own right.
Officer Lee! What a pleasant surprise. I didn't think you'd have the time to attend tonight's party.
You really dislike Luke? There'll be a time where you can choose a very sad ending for him. Done, 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 done. Make him done. Is there an ending where you can make him suffer? I mean, sadness is fine, but suffering is good too. He's a disgusting, racist, magical pervert, and I hate him. Oh, I hate him. He is more Luke's friend than mine, really, and I'm quite sure I only invited his wife. Much like I'm only friends with the Chief Inspector because of Luke. Luke is only friends with Rochelle because of me. Unlike how I treated Lee, however, Luke never hid his animosity for the Lee matriarch. It was this odd sort of friendship when we would have awkward double dates. It's just a rude little prick, and I can't stand him. I don't even recall his first name. Start with an N, I think, but I might be wrong. Aside from being the Chief Inspector of Luxburn Police, his wife Rochelle Lee Nevans. Is it Nay? It's Nay, right? Nevans. Owns a General Electronics company. Also Vance. Why am I saying Vons? Owns a General Electronics company. Fridges and freezers, mostly.
Oh, I always have time for my favourite socialite couple.
Oh, dear.
But I say, you look positively ravishing tonight.
Oh, I'm gonna hate Hannah's one, because it's all gonna be gross, magical perverts.
I see the husband isn't with you.
He's somewhere else. Please leave. Ugh. The way he eyes me up is enough to make my skin crawl. Just wish Luke was here to fend off the more unseemly of our peers. God, I mean, like, just punch him. Whatever, it's not the socialite thing to do. Just punch him. Be that kind of socialite. Fuck you. You know the ones. Men who are just a bit too friendly, staring too long at my assets and getting close just because my husband is not there. And to think they have the gall to do this at my own party. I'd say he'll suffer immensely for a very long time. However, you'll probably also have to learn why he has become the way he is. Here's the thing, like, there's a lot of things like, oh, he's the way he is because of this. We live in the 21st fucking century where we have access to the internet, where we have access to people from all over the world, from all different backgrounds, who will tell you that saying the N-word is not good or appropriate in any circumstance. You are a white man. Do not. Fuck you. Fuck you so intensely. And it's just a hateful boy. And there's always the like, he's the way that he is because of all of this tragic backstory. I can be a bit of a bitch sometimes, but not in the way that he's a bit of a bastard. He's a giant asshole. And like, I've gone through some shit, huh? It's like, yeah, it's like, oh, there's reasoning behind. Lots of people have gone through a lot of things. And it seems to only be the white boys that are just like, oh, but this is why he's the way he is. And he's a mean boy, but that's okay because he's a white man. Oh, God, kill him. Oh, let him suffer. I don't give a fuck. My own house, if I might add. Like any high society woman worth her salt, I know how to handle it with grace and dignity.
I suppose you are looking pleasant as well. Luke's busy with work, unfortunately. Rochelle isn't here.
A shame. I do hope he isn't causing you much trouble. That husband of yours can be a bit daft sometimes, acting like he's still some young bachelor. The wife sends her regards and her apologies, but something came up with a doctor and she needed to attend to it. You know her, being pregnant and all.
You know how bitches be crazy being pregnant? Oh my god. We make small talk. Rather, I'm forced to do so, as he would not leave my side after finding his place there. Much to my chagrin, I've been extricated from the few who flock in hopes of flattering, for I can tolerate them far better than Lee. He is a nice enough person, and I adore his wife, who is obviously the brains behind the two. There's something unsettling about him. I don't trust him as much as I want to. Why do you want to trust him? He's a creepo. Fuck off. He regales to me tales of Luxburn Police Department, a different affair to the usual gossip I'm privy to, and though I loathe to admit, he is interesting nonetheless. I expect the topic of business to die out quickly, which should be understandable enough due to the confidential nature of his work. But oh boy, was I wrong.
So, wearing civvies, I steal and drive off with one of the police mobiles, right? In the mirror, I see the new tank chasing on foot and screaming about theft. The look on his face was priceless when I parked it in the garage.
Oh my. You made him chase you all the way home for a prank.
What did Rochelle have to say about that?
What made me decide to try this? So I started watching it, watching the playthrough of Dodger and Jesse Cox playing it. Though I was watching it to fall asleep, which is a bad idea because, you know, there's a lot of screaming in it. And like nightmares, whatever. But I thought it looked really good. And then it was suggested to me by Loli, who has kindly donated like all of his fucking games to me. Dodger and Jesse are very good. Me and my girlfriend are just are watching Contradiction now to go to sleep. It's so fucking funny. It's so fucking funny. But yes, Loli suggested this one to me, and it's Spooktober.
And Spooktober means spooky games.
Rochelle has a strange love and hate affair with Lee. Yo, heteros, why y'all get married if you don't like each other? Y'all heteros like each other. He's a married man who did not grow up past his early 20s, judging by the way he acts. Surprisingly enough, they've been married for a good 20 years. Hasn't been good. Feels like it's not been good. A lifetime if you compare it to my marriage of 7 years with Luke. I, on the other hand, well, Luke is no Lee, and I should be happy about that, I suppose. Though my darling did have his moment.
The wife pulled my ear and gave me a good talking to, though. Besides, we live in a flat a block away, so it wasn't much of a grand chase.
Weren't you living in a house near the countryside?
Moved for work, you know. Or you probably don't.
No, I don't. But a flat in downtown? I suppose if that's what you like.
Oh, it's horrid. Hate that tiny place, no matter how convenient it can be for work. 55 square yards are not enough when you need to get away from the wife.
Well, yeah, right, like, oh, marry people you like? Ridiculous. Like, one of my favorite tropes among the homosexual community is just like, yo, heteros, you okay? Because, like, half of your things are, I don't like my partner. Like your partners. Be with people you like. Like, just be with people you like, I guess, is the thing.
I wouldn't mind a place away from the city. Even started looking at the ads. I spied an interesting lot, actually. Heard it was finally put up for sale. Or that something mansion, you know the one with all the ghost stories.
Oh, so this is before we've moved. Interesting. Oh, of course it is. Because this isn't the mansion. I thought that this was like a moving in part. Interesting. I'm gonna be really quick. I'm gonna really quick grab something for eats because I'm hungry as hell. I'll be back in a hot second.
Oh god, oh jeez, oh man, oh jeez. Oh jeez.
Wha-bam! I know what he's talking about. There are only a few urban legends around here. It's...
the Ermagood Mansion?
Ermagood!
That's the one. Worthy of a king it is. I'd buy it myself, but Rochelle would only gripe if I brought it up to her.
The story shifts back a little every time you change character, which might mean play... Oh wait. When you play one of Isabella's friends, it might take days before they hear about her terrible passing. Look! Don't at me for the terrible passing! I can't believe I murdered her! I can't believe I murdered her!
Not to mention all the expenses a place like that. It'll be a real fixer-upper. You also have to find someone willing to work there with how superstitious people can be.
If it becomes a problem, just hire someone to do an exorcism.
Candace got a good head on her shoulders.
Actually, I do know of someone who could be up to the task. You remember the Ludgates party at their Christchurch summer residence?
Of course.
It was an excellent soiree. Everything was so classy, too. Such good taste.
Also, I think I've decided, I'll, like, if I get any of the characters murdered, which seems a lot more likely than I thought it was gonna be, I'm gonna stick with the decision, because I have to own up to my mistakes. Apart from if it's Zach, Zach will live forever. Zach will be the only survivor if I have anything to say about it. Everyone else can die. Zach is the only one that lives. Goodbye.
Oh, that place was a pigsty until they hired out this interior designer and they turned it into a bloody palace.
Isabel has like a 2 in 3 chance to die during that period. Ooh, there's another death scene you didn't see. Ooh, is it more or less horrific than the one that I did? Because my one had her broken in 500 ways. Oh, that was bad.
She worked for the Exodus for their apartment in Soho too, and they recommended her when we were looking up pieces for our beach house in Porto Colom. I think I have a business card right. No, I must have left it in my other jacket. Anyway, she's called, what's her name? McCullough. Marianne, I believe, yes. But truly, if anyone were to get that place in McCullough, well, they'd be the envy and the talk of the town.
God, don't do everything in your life because some dude is like, everyone would like you if you did this. Oh. Less blood, but more creep. I'm fine with blood. Blood's fine. Okay, I'm good.
Well, if you put it that way, I might just snatch it up for myself. This place was starting to feel a bit small lately anyway.
God damn it. Rich people. I don't get rich people. Sure, a 3-story penthouse might not fit the definition of small for some people. Okay, maybe a lot of people. But it isn't big enough to have grand parties in. As it is, I only invited about 30 people to this one, and it already feels cramped in here. I hate rich people. It certainly would be nice if I didn't have to ride an elevator up and down several floors before I can get anywhere as well. All Luke's words, not mine. Besides, I've been looking for a good anniversary gift. Can I tell you where it would have happened? Yeah, sure, fuck it. Luke might like this one. Where is he anyway? Oh. Oh, hello. Lord. Had a right through a party in their penthouse. Had a right through a party in their penthouse at the cash. I know that. The city's most powerful was seen, including Chief Inspector Harvey Lee of the Luxbourne Police Department. From him, the socialite heard of the Erminger Mansion's upcoming open house and the interior designer, Marianne McCullough. Oh, what would have happened in her apartment? Yeah, that's what. So, okay. So would that have happened if I was just like, no, I don't want to go and like talk to my friend, you know? But the only way to live would have been to go to work? That's messed up, game. That's messed up when you're like, hey, your friend's dead. Go to work, dingus, or you're gonna die. Luke is dressed to the nines, as he usually is, and looks ready for whatever the day will throw at him. His butler and valet will wait by his side, just in case he isn't as ready as he looks. Oh, sure, that's normal. What is confusing me is the fact that he's on his way out of the penthouse, considering we won't have anywhere to go until much later.
Where are you going?
I am to attend the Triad Autumn Tasting. I do believe I informed you of this 2 weeks ago.
Yes, but I hate you, so fuck you.
Yes. And might I remind you that I had stricken that off your schedule? Because 1, the doctor told you to stop consuming so much alcohol. And 2, I informed you a few days ago about the open house we are going to attend in its place. I've even found this marvelous interior designer, Marianne McCullough.
It's a 3.5-hour drive to Cardiff. I don't have time for this.
What? Sorry. It's a 3.5-hour drive to Cardiff? Where the fuck are you? What? The music, it's weird how nice sometimes, and sometimes you never knew a piano could be that scary. This game is set in a baffling location. They said,
This is like that little party you threw all over again. You don't inform me of it, and you expect me to stay and be a gracious host when I have business elsewhere.
Elsewhere.
Is this like the day after?
When I have business elsewhere.
You know how I operate, Hana. Unless this was penciled in, I am sticking to my schedule.
If I may intrude, the madam is correct. Your physician did insist you moderate your drinking, unless you wish to incur acute pancreatitis.
I'm in love with Johannes. I'm in love with Johannes. I fell in love with the pretend boy again.
And you did have this open house penciled in last Wednesday morning.
How? How? You heard about it yesterday. No, wait, no, how? You heard about it yesterday. What are you talking about? What? No, you didn't. Oh, boy. They should include the dates and events of all things that happened to Isabella, so you can see when she died and stuff. Yeah, I love Johannes. But wait, no, it didn't. You couldn't have had it penciled in, like, because we just heard about it yesterday. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? It's been penciled in since then. This is baffling. Okay, sure. Okay, whatever.
Bullocks, I don't remember doing so.
Well, you did. While very hungover, in fact.
I love you. He did. Moaned at me being too loud, but gave in after some pushing. Perhaps I was a bit too cruel and manipulative of me, but...
Whose side are you on?
Come on, Luke. You promised we'd do whatever I want this weekend.
It's Monday. What? It's not, or it's Tuesday. What the?
Gordon Bennett, fine. I am giving this house tour of yours a chance. But if it proves to be a waste of time, I am going to Cardiff and you are going to take a cab home. Are we clear?
It's just a bit of husband and wife tit for tat, isn't it? All couples have their arguments, and we all, like, secretly hate our husbands, right? That's just normal. Once the honeymoon phase is over, as they seem to call it, reality sets in that you and your partner might not always see eye to eye. It's the other day when Isabel found the letter, even though it's not happened yet. Yeah, no, I get that. Like, that's fine. Like, I get that we're like back in time now, but I'm just, the timeline is very inconsistent with it. Because this, it's like the day after, it's like, oh, you've had that penciled in for months. I'm very confused. Perhaps it's been the years. 7 of them is nothing to scoff at. Wait, what does it say? Okay, so Monday, October 17th.
I just cannot bloody believe I agreed to this. I was really looking forward to the triad tasting.
Though sometimes I think something a bit more than simple disagreement. I think it's something a bit more than simple disagreements. I have to stop myself from wondering where we went wrong.
There's always the Triad Christmas tasting in Manchester next month, and that'll only be an hour-and-a-half drive.
Have I been neglectful? No. Well, maybe, I don't know. Have I offended? Have I acted shamefully? Do whatever.
Yes, but Cardiff.
Certainly, any problem can be discussed. As long as he doesn't turn me away.
Well, there goes my good mood. Are you happy now, Hana?
I hate you. Fuck you!
I am very happy, Luke. Because for once in a very long time, we are doing what I want.
I misunderstand, but the diary doesn't belong to any of the characters. It's the players to help you remember when something... No, I know, I get that. Also, we're friends with a lot of strangers for some reason. That made him like me more? Why does that make him like me more? I don't want him to like me. I want him to leave me alone. But yeah, no, like, so, no, what my problem was that, like, seemingly yesterday, I was like, hello, like, this happened. Kind of right through a party, and we learned about we learned about the Ermagerd mansion. And then today, like the next day, we're just like, hey, what up? You need to, we've had this mansion viewing on the cards for like weeks. Or like we've had it since like last Wednesday. And first off, that's on a Monday, and second, it's just not, I don't understand.
I'm ecstatic. Understood. And this would be perfect if you stop acting like a child who needs their nappy changed. We will be leaving after lunch for the Ermengarde mansion. You are going to park your rear in the car and keep mum. And you are going to behave during the tour.
Needless to say, Luke looks a bit shocked at my little outburst. He opened and closed his mouth a few times, struggling to reply before he crosses his arm to look like, well, a moping child.
Any more rules for this little excursion of yours, Your Highness?
Yeah, shut up and go away forever. I don't think anything interesting happened until... Yeah, that's fine.
No wine.
No wine?
Me. Never mind, me.
Unacceptable!
Me!
I am already not allowed to the tasting, and you would deprive me of that simple pleasure?
Never mind, he's relatable. No, he's an asshole, but still.
If I see you take one sip today, I will put the stocks under lock and key. Do you understand me?
Don't forget the bottles he keeps in his dresser.
Johannes, you are my favorite ever. Look at Johannes's little smile. I love him. Please don't be a murderer.
Whose side are you on?
How many times in one day can you ask that?
As many times as I need you, traitor.
Great. The ride to the mansion is quiet, with Luke having stared out the window the entire way, not paying attention to anything around him. Meanwhile, I'm conflicted. I don't know if I should apologize for changing his plans like that. But by the time we arrive at the mansion and I can see his eyes light up with genuine interest, apologizing is the last thing on my mind. Yeah. Or, okay, oh no, okay. Wait, no. No, I'm confused again. Luke's an asshole, but it's complicated. Like, he respects Hannah. She stands up to him. I'm like... I don't know, like... So it's just like, if my girlfriend is like, stands up to me and it's just like, Isma, you're being an asshole, or like, or we're gonna do this thing instead of the thing that you want. Like, I respect her, but like, I also don't go out of my way to antagonize her like he seems to do, so I'm like, don't be an asshole. Why is he an asshole? Oh, I don't care why he's an asshole. He just is, and assholes don't deserve to have nice things. Okay. This is... Okay, no, okay. Okay, no, okay, I'm back on board. So that happened, okay. So that I thought that the things that were happening were on October, on October 18th. But they're not, they're happening on this. Okay, that makes more sense to me. Okay, I'm back on board, I get it, okay. Lord. The horror fair with the Ermagerd mansion is certainly an interesting experience. The place had been renovated and restored by the owners to what they claim to be acceptable standards. The mansion itself looks like something befitting a fairy tale or a period piece. It's tastefully decorated, and with a little love and attention, I'm sure it can be a place Luke and I can call home. And the number of other prospective buyers that have come from the powerful and wealthy Luxburn certainly did not disappoint, marking this estate as prime property. The Lees are among the group who were sent with the Rose Woman. I saw a few other notable faces, though I did not really feel like mingling. Unfortunately for every one of them, the Wrights were interested in buying. Oh, wheel and what? What did I get for that? Oh! No, wait, no! Oh, wait. Oh, no, wait. No! No! I wanted to... Damn it! It won't let me see my achievement. Okay. What's been bugging my mind, however, is that Isabella. What's her problem? I still don't quite understand what's happening. One minute she's scrambling to give us paperwork to finalize the sale. Then she's panicking over some sort of prank letter or another.
Dear me, is Isabella alright?
Oh. It's apparent with the way she shakes and the pallor of her skin, something has really shaken her up. I don't know if she's bad with names, or if she, like, does it on purpose. Like, you know, like that thing that douchebags do when there's like, oh, like, how's your new boyfriend Larry? Oh no, his name's Gary. Whatever. You know?
Isabella, do you need me to call that ambulance?
I'm worried, but it'll be best if she's attended to by someone more familiar to her, like her partner. Even then, the girl refuses Rose's offered drink and looks ready to make a run for it.
No, I'm just feeling a bit out of it. Excuse me, I'll be back. I just need to catch my breath.
And she does so, just as I predicted, and her partner follows like a concerned mother. There's an awkward air among us that are left in the wake of whatever that was. The others murmur and gossip with each other, speaking of the poor daft girl and telling the tale to whoever was not audience to the act in the first place. It doesn't take too long for the woman, Rose, to return and pull us into the study for what I rightfully assume is damage control. Rose invites Marianne in too, hoping to apologize to her as well. But the woman refuses, saying that she's not one of her clients anyway. Nailed it, okay. That leaves myself, Rose, and Luke, the last all too eager to make himself comfortable in the study he's no doubt already claimed as his own.
I can't apologize enough about what just happened. Please forgive Isabella. She's been under a lot of pressure lately. She's young and all those rumors about this being haunted just got to her head. And it must be this terrible heat too. Not a drop of rain for days now.
Are you sure it is wise to just let her go like that? Where is the poor dear? She might get hurt.
She's more likely to hurt somebody else, given what just happened.
I told her to sit down and take a break. Already rang someone to pick her up, too.
That might be for the best, dear. But please, we're here to talk about the mansion, yes? Why, I absolutely adore it! Don't you, Luke? Some of the rooms will certainly have to be repurposed. We want to change the appliances and have Marianne lead on the decor, but the whole thing is just lovely.
I guess. It's certainly a lot roomier than our penthouse.
Exactly! Lots of space for guests, parties. A lot of room for little ones to run around too.
Parties.
Let's not discuss that right now, Buttercup. Anyway, I do think it would be a shame to let this mansion slip past us.
So yeah, like real good relationships. Like, yeah, let's date someone whose like family goals are so wildly different from mine.
But you haven't even finished touring the house.
Well, we like what we've seen.
I am making her job easier for her, am I not? No need for loans or long price negotiations. You could just sign a contract and close the deal. Really, you'd think the woman would be a lot more happy about an easy sale. I know how these estate agents work. How long they had to wait, how much they had to spend even for just a single sale. Why, she should be jumping for joy by now. I'm sure the commission on this mansion is nothing to sneeze at, even if she has to split it with that Isabel girl.
Do you think we could have horses here?
Hannah's loaded!
Yes, those do sound nice, love. Anyway, if anyone else is interested in buying this property, I assure you that I'm able and willing to give a better offer.
A vineyard would be nice.
Oh my god.
Or maybe a...
And we do reward our people quite generously, Rose.
I like that we're just like, hey, idiot, shut up for a minute. Like, I don't care about your horses. Shut up.
So, if I were you, I would start on that paperwork.
Helicopter pad.
Shut up, Luke. I pause. There's a small moment of complete silence where Rose and I just stare incredulously at Luke. It's an unspoken understanding, a rule between the two of us that we have to put on an act. With our social standing, where our image matters, it's also important to avoid making enemies. And to follow this rule is an easy feat for me. From youth, I've been the well-trained social butterfly, gracious and grateful. Everyone wants a helipad a little bit. Luke, on the other hand...
Wait, what, Luke? No, what?
You're baffling and stupid. Go away.
Whatever would we need a helipad for?
Well, he likes to play the fool sometimes, even if he's anything but. As he throws me a wry smile, I shake my head and beckon Rose over. This is to be our home. There's nothing she or anyone else can do to change my mind. This is a place that speaks of power and importance, and at the same time of safety and comfort. Perhaps we can even have our family here. There's definitely no better gift than this for our special date. Why, everything here is absolutely wonderful. Fuck you. Fuck you, the game. Hey, the game? Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you, the game. Well, except for this ugly painting in the study. Looks like a bad fake of an Edvard Munch painting.
Here's the deal. I'm willing to pay 10%
Yeah,
higher than your
animated.
listing price. If anyone tries to outbid us, just add another 5%. I doubt anyone can, of course. Or, you know what? Just add 15% to the listing price, and we can sign all the paperwork now.
I guess, if that's what you want. That won't be any trouble. I don't have all the papers now. Didn't think this would be a quick sell. I'll have copies sent to you so you can look over them. And if you'd still like to finish the rest of the tour with Isabella's group, you're more than welcome to.
No, I think we're good here. We'd appreciate a private tour of the place a lot more, I think.
All right. Should I let Marianne in, then?
Marianne? Marianne. Oh, right. She's been waiting outside the study the whole time, hasn't she? I'll need to have a little chat with her to move this little mansion project forward.
Please do.
There's a look of apprehension when the other woman enters the study. Yet, like a professional, I see the moment when she steels herself and masks her worry. Admirable.
We have this project, then?
Of course. Will you be needing anything from us?
Having the floor plans would be a great start, just so that I can look at them beforehand. And if you could tell me when you're available for a meeting so that I can include it in my calendar?
Oh, is a meeting really all that necessary, Marianne? I guess we can send Johannes to help you out.
Johannes, right?
You two can start by getting rid of this ugly painting.
Stop with the painting! A hush falls upon the room at my request.
What painting?
Bad. And lo and behold, the painting is gone. In its place, a mirror stands, which leaves me to look at my own confused expression.
Odd. Well, no matter.
Oh no, everything's fine and dizzity-dandy. What are you talking about, bitch?
Back to the topic at hand. Marianne,
Sure,
dear.
sure.
You're simply far too busy to meet up.
Let's free up my schedule.
But I guess we can free up a day to meet with you.
Hey, friends, 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 friends.
I don't really need another Maudlin Monday reading about Maury anyway. The book club can function without me for one day. What time shall we be seeing each other? How does lunch sound?
Her face is very different in this, in like her little sprite down here than her sprite up there. Like, she looks more like a cat.
Like a catty cat. Okay, let's go.
Besides, my house is higher priority over book club. Why, well, you can hold the next meeting in this place. Surely the beauty and grandeur of it all will inspire spirited and lively debates about whether modern-day writers could match up to the classics. I might as well clear up the rest of my week to handle whatever affairs buying this mansion requires of me. Any social activity can be put off until the Ermengarde, or rather, the Wright Mansion's grand debut. I'll have my fill of parties and gatherings, especially when I organize them myself.
That sounds good.
Okay.
Although, with a project of this scope, we might need most of the day to tackle your concerns.
Okay, yeah, it is spelled Marianne. Maybe she is just bad at names. Okay, if she's just bad at names, that's fine. But, like, I'm bad at names. Like, I'm bad at names. But, like, when someone's like, this is my name, I'm like, uh-huh, cool, I'll remember that. And then I forget. But then you just don't call them by their name. If you know you're bad at names, you just don't call people by their name. You're like, oh, my dude, or friend, or bud, or... Nailed it.
A more thorough inspection of the place is also preferable.
Breakfast then. It's a date.
It's a date! Oh, never mind, it's a date. Never mind, it's a date. Never mind. Fuck you, friends. Fuck you, friends. Girlfriends. Leave Luke. Leave Luke. Luke sucks. Boo, Luke. Yes, Marianne. Marianne. Damn it, now I'm doing it. Damn it.
It's really not.
All around me are familiar faces. Worn out places. Well, she's blushing. Oh, girl, it a date. Oh, girl, it a date. Marianne is bae. Okay. I've liked her so far. She, like, so far I've liked her. Like, girl, in a date. Don't you even front on me. I'm just gonna leave my husband. He sucks. Let's go. Date time.
All right.
Hyper
Monday,
datos.
10 o'clock sharp.
Date time.
We'll see you then.
Actually, Marianne suggested that we meet at 9, but who's even awake at that unholy hour? 9 in the morning or 9 in the PM, because I'm awake by 9 in the morning. I like sleep at night. Don't like sleep in the morning. I don't want to spoil what she does when you play her. Does she murder Luke? Does she murder Luke? Does she murder Luke and then just be like, Hannah, he was a dingnut. Come on, he was a massive wang. Date time. It's date time. I just latched onto the word so bad. I latched onto date so bad, and now I'm there. I was lucky enough to wake up this morning before Luke went all the way to Cardiff. We say our goodbyes, shake hands, and make it clear without outright saying it that we now own this house. By the time we left the mansion grounds, sunset is almost upon us.
So, you really want to buy this place then? That's a bit of a big impulse buy, even coming from you.
Fuck off, Luke.
Not that I'm complaining.
I hate your face. I feel elation when I hear those words come from it. Me and Hannah are very different people. It's not every day one is able to please someone like Luke. Then find someone better. He gives away false flattery to sway those who starve for his attention and approval. But in the privacy of closed doors, he would often express his grievances. He neither censored himself in front of me nor spared me from his criticism. Yeah, he sounds real cool.
You have been saying the penthouse was getting a bit too small for you. Happy anniversary!
Oh. That time of the year already?
Would have burned him. He forgot about it last year, too. I understand he's a busy man, but...
Is that why you want to buy it?
Yes. You don't like it?
I do. But I remember you used to talk about how you wanted to live next to the beach.
Botany Bay, Kent. I remember the sea. Water that stretched on for miles and miles, as far as the eyes can see. As a kid, I loved our beach trips, swimming all day as much as I could. I was a well-behaved child, and the only time I was ever truly difficult was when I refused to get out the waters, even when my fingers had gone all wrinkly. And even when they managed to pull me out the water, there was always sandcastles. The day before we married, I told Luke I wanted a house on the beach and a dog. And a kid or two. None of those came true 7 years later.
That was a childish dream. Living next to the beach is so impractical if you really think about it.
I don't know. It's not a bad thought to see you in a bathing suit every day.
I know they're married, but I hate him, so like...
Maybe another time, love.
I know that she likes him, but like... a hella yuck for me.
We still have forever, don't we?
He says nothing, only grabbing my hand and holding it tight as we spend the rest of the ride home in silence. Miss the sea. Haven't seen his best or his worst yet. Sick and hovering over the loo at 3 in the morning, the picture I paint right now is hardly glamorous. A horribly fishy taste is left in my mouth as I throw up what I had for dinner, and I hate the acrid stench that fills the lavatory. The burning sensation at the back of my throat is no help whatsoever. I can feel another wave of nausea come up on me when the door opens.
Hannah, what are you doing so early out of bed?
Barfing, you dingus!
I'm fine, love. I must have just eaten something bad.
That's all I managed to say before vomiting again into the porcelain throne. Lovely.
Just go back to bed, Luke. I'm going to clean up here.
I refuse to look at him. I don't want him to see me like this. We've been married for 7 years, but like, okay. Last time I've had a horrible morning retching into the toilet was during my college years, being the life of the party. Thoughtless and shameless, I've thrown away months to frivolous merriment and pointless hookups. Yeah, just call it a turlet, right? I didn't even retain any of the connections I made from that time. Sure, they still know of me, and I still know of them, and we do discuss business from time to time. But I've lost touch with anyone who I didn't see on a daily basis. I hardly have any of the friends I had when I was still Hannah Evans, teachers, fellow university students, drinking buddies, old conquests like Jack.
No, don't touch me, sweetie. It's disgusting. I'm disgusting.
Girl, yay! Luke sits down next to me on the toilet floor to hold my hair even as I cough up more fish. He wipes the vomit from the corner of my mouth and just stares.
Do I need to fire someone? I don't feel sick.
Just feeling a bit under the weather, dear. It's been unbearably hot as of late, hasn't it? I do wish it would rain.
Are you sure it wasn't those sweets? I told you not to eat those sweets.
Maybe. Well, don't laugh.
Well, I can't help if you make that sort of face.
He starts chuckling, and soon enough, he's in a fit of laughter. The scene happening next to a loo filled with sick just makes the whole thing bizarre and makes me start giggling as well. I try and stifle it, though, as I smack him on the shoulder.
I'm not making a face, Luke. Stop laughing. Shut up.
When he would not stop laughing, I let myself go as laughter bubbles from my own throat, and I forget whatever ill feelings plagued me. We're just husband and wife, laughing together at a funny face, the little things in life. I let myself go because I know these moments will not last forever. But if I just know the terrible things that are to come for us, I would have stayed. I would have wished. I just know the terrible things that are to come for us. I would have wished with everything I have then and there that this laughter stayed. Okay. I mean, Oakley Dokley.
Hiya. Come on now.
So what day is it? What did they say it was? God, what did they say it was? The 26th, did they say? Did they say it was the 26th? Oh God, what day did they say it was? Oh, what day did they say it was? Oh, what day did they say it was? No! What day did they say it was? Oh no! Okay. Before going to the oh wait, no, it's not here. Bloop. Lorp. It said 26. Okay, cool. I thought so. During the open house, Hannah pressured the estate agents to sell her the mansion. The Wrights also met their interior designer. During the ride home, Hannah revealed the mansion was her anniversary gift for Luke. Things to be looking good until Hannah suddenly fell ill later that night. Okay, so this is at 2 days after Isabella unfortunately got murdered by me. The place is still bustling with movers, carrying furnishings here and there, along with several trunks of personal belongings taken from our penthouse. Luke watches them like a hawk, making sure nothing is handled carelessly or gets stolen.
Careful now. I know your pictures are framed by cheap plastic, but those are framed by African Blackwood and are one-of-a-kind commissioned paintings. Each one is easily worth a lifetime of what you lot make.
It's great.
Luke, do the dishwashers go into the kitchen or the butler's pantry?
Pantry, Buttercup. Careful, that's Emma. No, you there, put that down. You do not manhandle a Napoleon Abueva.
Like, just everything he says. Oh, jeez. I can see the exasperation, and I have to send the foreman an apologetic glance. Because anyone that talks to anyone that's doing a service for them like that deserves to be put in the toilet garbage. With the rest of the toilet garbage. Even Johannes rolls his eyes as he goes by. I love Johannes. Considering Luke has always liked this during a project, Johannes and I have gotten used to it. Poor Marianne, on the other hand, looks a bit stressed at seeing the gigantic mess before quickly going back to work. Everything just has to be perfect, exactly the way he wants it. One little thing out of place. One little thing that doesn't fit the image he clearly constructed in his head, and Luke gets bent out of shape.
Sweetie, why don't we go and sort your suits upstairs?
Why don't you stop being such a prick?
Let Johannes and Marianne and the foreman deal with the rest of the work.
We have this, Mrs. Wright.
There you go.
Yes, please do go before a blood vessel bursts. Bloodstains are so troublesome to clean.
Johannes, you're a lot. Taking him by the hand, I lead him upstairs to our bedroom. Oh, boysies, huh? This place has been rearranged first so that we could get some rest, no matter what state the rest of the mansion is in. I'm definitely glad I can just lie down on a soft, comfy bed after what's been a busy morning. Watching Luke act like his life depended on getting this move done is tiring all on its own. I think I have a whole day of this ahead of me. Feel the bed dip beside me as Luke sits down with a sigh.
Well, I can't wait for this to be over.
I don't know. It's fun seeing you all fired up. Here at home and not at work, you know.
You know I can't always be home, Hannah. I have a company to run, unless you've forgotten.
I haven't forgotten. You're the one who insists on being there to make sure each and every little thing is under control. I just really miss you sometimes, and I wish you were at home more often. Why, if you're not careful, I might go a bit loopy and I'll start bringing cats home. And soon enough, one day you'll find yourself going home to a farm just filled with felines that follow you everywhere.
Oh, don't bluff. The things would shred up your precious furniture. Besides, you don't even like cats.
True. Dogs are infinitely superior, of course.
Well, no, I like cats. I do really like cats. Look, I really like cats. I love cats, but like dogs.
But what about the wet dog smell? The mess.
Whatever.
I'm not cleaning up after a mutt, no matter how cute.
Fuck you. Move out.
If you think about it, a cat would be better.
You laugh. It's not always that we can just lie down and talk about these sorts of things. Joke around as if we're teenagers again, with very little problem in the way of responsibilities and roles. To hear his genuine, honest-to-goodness laughter is a rarity. And this is just the second time as of late. And I can only see it as signs of good things to come.
All good points. I guess we could just have kids. That is, if you prefer dealing with soiled nappies and sick as opposed to dead birds, mice, and litter boxes.
See, like, here's the thing. They're trying to make Luke, like, more likable as well. In this situation. But, like, I thought that Hannah was kind of an asshole before. And they're also making Hannah more likable. I believe Hannah is more likable. Like, yeah, like the little things. Like, she's not doing the thing with the names just because, like, she's an asshole. She's doing it because she's bad with names. And, like, she seems, like, really pushy. But she's just like, I'm trying to make this easier on people. Like, I just want to buy the house and then you don't have to worry about it anymore. Luke is a cunt who sometimes is nice. No. it's like the whole thing is like, oh yeah, like you see like how a person really is when they speak to service staff. Like anyone that is bad to service staff, burn. Like these people have never done anything to you. Shut up and die. Fuck you. I don't care. Like he's just very like he's just an asshole. And one more again, just abundantly racist. Just abundantly racist. So like, no, I don't care how relatable they're trying to make him. He's an asshole, he's a racist, and I don't care about his life.
I've already told Marianne about turning the second bedroom into a children's room.
I guess sometimes I don't know when I'm crossing a line. I didn't say that I'm a good comedian, did I?
Not this again.
What? I wasn't being serious.
It's not something you take the piss out of. Having a kid is a big responsibility, Hannah. We've talked about this, haven't we?
Marry someone whose life goals are in line with you. Ugh.
I'm not ready to be a parent. I'd probably end up killing the little brat by the week's end.
Cool. I don't want to say either of these. I don't want to do either of these. I don't want to tell him he'll be a great father because I don't think that that's the case. I don't think he's going to be a good father, nor do I want to say I'm sorry for bringing it up. Whatever. I don't care. I don't care. What is that? What's that? Doesn't like us? Don't give a shit. I hope he hates us. I feel guilty, uneasy even about bringing this topic up. This isn't the first. No, actually, no. Never mind. I don't want her to be like. No. We're gonna make her stand up for herself. Fuck it.
Carly likes you well enough.
But I don't like that he likes us. See, it's a trade-off. Like, I don't want him to like us. I want him to leave. I want him to leave forever. No, never mind. No, wait. I keep switching my mind. I keep switching my mind. Fuck you. Okay. Let's go with our first option. I feel guilty, uneasy even about bringing this topic up. This isn't the first time I've brought it out there, considering we've been married for 7 years. Who's Kylie? But I should have learned my lesson. Talking about it has always gotten me disapproval. After all, this is one of the surefire ways to get Luke into a terrible mood.
I'm sorry, but I do think you...
Don't finish that sentence, Hannah. Just don't.
You're cool, dude.
We know how this discussion ends. Let's not fight over what-ifs and if-onlys.
But what if we are going to have a family, Luke? What then?
I just told you. No what-ifs.
We won't talk about it until you're ready.
Let's not talk about it then. Ever.
Oh, I'll leave. The silence that follows is stifling, and then I push him out the window. I avert my gaze from him, favoring the view of our four-poster beds, overseeing his embittered expression.
Lurking while working. Hello there, darling.
How you doing, hon? Also, have fun working, I guess. Boo. Just thinking of how insensitive I am for bringing it up makes me feel sick to my stomach. No! Ugh. We stay still, neither of us dare to make the first move to leave. Until a crash from downstairs cuts through the tension.
Oh, bloody hell, what is it now? I can't get away for 10 minutes without someone mucking something up! That better not be what I think it is! I know it's only an 8 million yen vase, but I swear, I'll...
I don't stop him as he storms off, and he doesn't even bother to look my way. Yet, I can still feel his eyes boring into me. Alone, as per usual. Okay, I don't care that he doesn't like us. Leave us alone. Okay, so we're on trade 6. Oh, babies. The right couple has moved into their newly bought mansion today, and was already preparing for a housewarming party. During a short break, the couple had a brief discussion about children. Luke doesn't sound too welcoming of the idea. Really should be used to it by now. I can feel the minutes tick by with me just lying there, feeling miserable and full of self-pity. Rolled over to lie on my stomach at this point, with my face buried into the pillows when there's a knock on the door. Grumbling at them to go away doesn't work as a voice comes from the other side.
Madam, the photographer from Luxury Living is here.
Wait, is that today? Oh, yes. Phil had caught wind of our new mansion at the very moment that we left the open house. Luke had boasted he could acquire the property in no time and allowed a photo shoot for an interior design magazine to be scheduled today. Well, there were complications, and it took longer than it usually does for us.
In a minute, Hansi.
Johannes, if you could at least make it through the end.
I love him. I fell in love with him and Zach, who I am going to assume is the photographer. Boop, boop.
Tell them I'll be right down, Hansi.
Shut up, Hannah. The mansion grounds has been one of the first things to be fixed up, aside from the bedroom. Although it's still a work in progress, and it had a promising start, and I can already see the flower patches. Luke's favorite daffodils stand out easily, having been transplanted from the pots that used to litter the rooftop of our penthouse. Why, if the moving crew thought that Luke was being hard on them, they clearly didn't see the landscaper on his way out. The man looked like he was ready to faint, and Luke seemed ready to kill him by the end of their discussion because he's a rat-fucking bastard. My angel. Also, why would you come back here with that guy? Ugh. I know it's your job, but just be like, no, I'm not photographing a racist house, bye. It's in the gardens that I see him standing near the flowers in quiet admiration. He's hard to miss, the hulk of a man that clearly did not belong, and the big backpack and suitcase he has with him makes him look far larger. It's a peculiar sight, seeing someone who looks like he does handling little delicate things with such care. He looks up from the gardens and does a double take before a friendly face replaces his serene expression.
Miss Wright, yeah? Hi, Zachary Steele here from Luxury Living, ma'am.
So, so many, photographers are, burly boys. No, I'm thinking more camera ops, to be fair. He does that, but, okay, whatever. I love you.
Hope you weren't waiting too long.
You met him before! Remember his name? Oh, you're bad at names.
But it looks like you're still moving in, huh?
Met him before! Her husband was horrifically racist to him.
Thought for a second there my calendar was wrong and I came here too early.
You look...
There we
familiar.
Go. Good lad.
Have we met?
I have a very wide social circle, so everyone looks familiar at one point or another. But one would think I'd remember someone who stands out like him. The struggle to recall must have been evident on my face as he quickly and kindly answers my question.
Oh, I was with Isabella, your estate agent, when she had the house blessed.
Oh, she died 2 days ago, huh?
Oh, yes, that's right. Small world, isn't it?
Should have known you were Miss Wright.
The one and only.
Fuck this game, before I should have known you were Miss Wright. Shut up.
Welcome to Maison de Wright. And yes, we've been in the process of moving in as we were delayed, but it won't be a problem. They're just adding a few things here and there, and you should still be able to do your work.
Did she die on the 24th? Didn't she? Yeah? Yeah, well, she was agreed to be... did she suffer for longer? What? She got hit by a car on the 24th at least. She got hit by a car real bad on the 24th. I don't like the way you said that. Oh no.
Where's the rest of your crew then, Mr. Steele?
Zach is fine, please. Mr. Steele makes me feel like I'm a mascot for a cleaning product.
Okay, I'm just scared. I thought that I didn't know if it was are you sure that she died on the 24th or are you sure she died on the 24th? That was a lot more ominous, and I'm scared because this game.
Anyway, I'll be your one-man crew for today. Don't worry, been doing this gig for a while now.
You must be quite the veteran to handle this on your own. We've had a full crew coming into our penthouse the last time we were covered in your magazine.
Yeah, he seems like kind of alright. He seems like kind of like it's no big deal.
Veteran? Oh, your words are too kind, Miss Wright.
Hannah, if I get to call you Zach, you have my permission to call me Hannah.
I might call you Hannah because you're saying your name like a douchebag, but okay.
Alrighty then. Anyway, I'm no veteran, but I know my camera well enough to make sure this is a good shoot. You can trust me on that, Miss Wright, Hannah.
Ah, Monsieur de la Photographe!
Zachary proves quickly enough that I can, in fact, trust him. His skills with the camera and experience in this industry at the very least. He is kind and courteous, listening and following as I lead him around the house. A really nice fellow, and treats our household staff well whenever we cross paths with him, because he's not a rat bitch. Not a little rat motherfucker. Treat service staff well. Treat staff well. Fuck you. I answer his questions to the best of my ability, and he's patient enough to answer mine whenever I get curious enough. For one, I ask what the bags are for. They're quite the magician's toolkit. From inside, he's procured several items to embellish the interior with. Bowls of fruits, lemons, trays with peppermills, stacks of cookbooks, cutting boards, and glass canisters filled with colorful nuts and grains are brought in for a kitchen set. For the bathroom, there are white towels, seashells, and decorative soaps. There are other things as well, too numerous to count, all in that large backpack and suitcase.
Tricks of the trade. Softens up a room, makes a place feel more homey, and fills it up with texture. But you guys probably have better stuff I can use for this.
No lights? Don't tell me all of these are just props.
Well, I've got my tripod here. For things like these, natural light is best.
So.
I'll just have to set the shutter speed to a real slow setting, and as long as nobody steps into the shot, it'll look great.
Oh, it better.
I love him! Okay, we go through the rooms one at a time, although we first tackle the ones that the movers have no business in anymore. The ballroom needs little preparation with its grand design, although there is some trouble at first with the wide open space and the pictures being backlit. I don't like that trap door in the kitchen. Don't like it. It's in the kitchen that Zachary's props come in handy, considering how Johannes kept the place so neat and sterile, one can practically eat off the floor. We carry on touring the house and taking pictures where we can, with exception to the rooms that have yet to gain any purpose or design. Too bad I can't take a sneak peek at the photos yet. Funnily enough, he's using a traditional camera. I didn't even know film still existed. But the way he speaks, however, I can see he knows enough about his craft that I'm not too worried about botched photographs. I imagine photography must be cathartic for him, judging by how at ease he looks while taking pictures. There are small snippets of conversation in between the clicking of the camera. But he even goes as far as to talk about these terminologies like shutter speeds and aperture when I ask about the technical aspects. Because he doesn't talk down to you because he's a cool dude. I can't quite see the picture as it's made, much like when I watch artists paint on their canvas. But just watching someone passionately practicing their craft such as this is exciting in its own way. Going through the many rooms has been quite the exercise for both of us. Me. Despite that, he's been so nice that I find myself putting on my best smile. But as we're taking pictures in the foyer, that everything comes to a standstill for a moment. Oh, okay, nailed it. Whatever. Just a moment. And had I not been paying attention, I wouldn't have noticed. It's merely a split second when Zachary's rhythm is put to a halt. Yaha? Yaha? Oh, yaha? Yaha? His finger doesn't move to release his shutter. Yet he also doesn't pull the camera away from his face. Gaze still firmly fixed through the viewfinder. His hands shake and there's a slight sheen of sweat on his forehead. So are we seeing her through his perspective so he can see her? I don't like that. But we can't see her. I don't like that.
Zachary?
No response.
Zach, is something the matter?
Lowering his camera, he blinks and stares at something behind me before shaking his head. I don't like it! Turning around, though, I see that nothing could have gotten his attention.
Oh no, there's nothing wrong. I just remembered something, that's all. Let's get back to the pictures.
So that's interesting, because that's the first time that we've seen her, but not from the perspective of the person that's doing the thing. So, like, did they all see that? So wait, what other times were there? What other times were there? So, like, yeah, because, like, the other day, well, the day that, one of the days, there was a day, when Isabella was just like, oh, look, Rebecca's looking into that window, she might see something that she likes, and then we're like, oh no, it's a monster. Was Becca really looking at monster? Or was she looking at thing?
Can you move a bit more to the left, yeah?
I struggled to respond this time. A sudden weight on my back and an indescribable tightness around my throat. Everything stops. It's a little abnormal, but I think the game just shows you instead of just showing you that who's worried about nothing. Yeah. Fair, but like, that's weird. And everything starts again as I manage to choke out.
If you're sure.
I don't know what just happened. It was probably just a dizzy spell. I'm fine. And he said he's fine. We continue at the same pace as before, although there's an unspoken agreement that we will not talk about what happened.
So, is this a full-time job for you then?
Nah, I just freelance mostly, for magazines, newspapers, and events. So you can't really call it a full-time job. It's fun and it puts food on the table, but it's not what I really want to do. At least, not all the time.
What is it that you want to do then?
Maybe I've been out of line, sticking my nose into other people's business, but I can't help but ask. I regret doing so as I see his shoulders slump and the easygoing air he has fades away. He looks torn over whether he wants to talk about it or not.
Films. Documentaries mostly. But cinematography is a lot more difficult than photography, right? I was working on this thing, actually.
What thing?
Well, it wasn't really a big thing. People didn't like Blue Fonzie very much.
People don't like a film about colors. I suppose they would have liked Blue Bibby a lot more.
Very funny.
So, Grand Director, do you want to tell me what Blue Fonzie is all about?
He hesitates. When I refused, would it be Foncé? Is that one not A? He gives in and spills it all out. Might not be. Blue Fonzie, le plus sombre de noir britannique. Nailed it. Dark blue, the darkest hours of the Black British. He speaks with passion of one who's gone through the very matter he's concerned with. There's conviction, knowledge, and experience in his speech. Why, I would have told him that he was an amazing speaker if only I wasn't so engrossed listening. Prejudice and discrimination in schools and in the workplace. Lesser chances for opportunity and higher chances for being treated like a criminal. He spoke of blacks and people of color in general still being treated like second-class citizens, all because of the color of their skin. It's all just positively riveting. Sad. Comes to a point wherein he soon loses steam, looks abashed, realizing what he'd just done.
Sorry, I just got so carried away and...
It's fine. It is really so fascinating to watch people talk about their passion after all. You should see how your eyes light up when you speak so fiercely. You do have very beautiful eyes.
Oh no, we're trying to fuck Zach. I mean, fair. Honestly, I get you. Girl, I get it. Because it's Zach and I love him.
Uh-huh. Thanks, I guess.
I want to say I understand where he's coming from. But I really don't, do I? I was born with a silver spoon in my mouth, and I've lived the charmed life. It hasn't been perfect, but the difficulties I've been through pales in comparison to what others experience on a daily basis. I certainly don't know how I would have fared were it any different. Would I still have met Luke, and would he still have loved me if I was any lesser? Oh, okay. Cool.
What was your home like?
Some fun little racism, cool.
These things you talk about, it sounds like you...
difficult.
Well, I don't mean to pry, I mean...
Live with my older sister and my grandparents. We had a shop selling all sorts of things below our flat. And well, I was one of the few non-white, non-British students in class. I didn't get pushed around or anything straight up. Even then, I was one of the biggest kids around, but a pencil and notebook would go missing, you know?
Oh, that I knew. Children can be cruel at times. Of course, it may be a slightly different story when you have personal guards and the stolen item is not a pencil but an expensive heirloom.
So what about you? How you liking your new house? It's pretty impressive.
It's nice, I suppose.
You suppose? Not big enough?
What? No, oh, don't be a bully. It's just that.
I understand if you don't want to talk about it.
I was a little girl, all dolled up and treated like fragile porcelain, nursemaids waiting to me hand and foot. All the material possessions anyone could ever want, I could ask for on a whim, and it would be handed to me just like that. But I barely saw my parents. Just goodbye kisses in the morning before they went off to who knows where they needed next. I saw them more often on the telly or in the papers than I ever did in person.
I remember my old house. It was a lot like this one. Big walls and big halls, but nobody in it. Not really. It makes you think how alone you are.
Pensive mood overcomes us. There's a moment where neither of us is sure how to go on from there. Things have gone a bit too personal, yet it's not wholly uncomfortable, like we've been friends before.
Well, that's normal, ain't it? You just moved here. You'll make home out of it yet.
He certainly makes it easy to believe that. My childhood house is indeed a lot like this one. Just as large and extravagant. And just as empty. Hope he's right.
So, Monsieur le Photographe, you've covered the one and only Ermengarde mansion. What's next on the agenda?
The interview?
Boring. It's an interior design and housing magazine.
And they want to know what Miss Wright has to say about her interior design and house.
Honor Wright thinks she bought a magnificent house that she can certainly brag about. Blah, blah. Boring. You know what they should print more of? I watched an interesting documentary the other day. Bleu Foncé, The Darkest Hours of the Black British. I recommend you watch it. Those are the things that people should know about. What do they care if I use a purple or green bowl of fruit in my kitchen?
People, right?
Oui. People are shite.
See, she gets relatable.
What do you think? Do I look good with this angle?
I strike a pose while he's being busy, looking taken aback for a moment, probably not expecting me to go and say such a crass word. He recovers quickly, and after snapping a few shots, he grins.
Yeah, vous êtes belle.
Vous êtes belle.
You want copies of these ones?
Yes, please. So, the big boy knows French.
Alright,
You must have wooed a few ladies. Unless you're into gents. Either way, French is, after all, the language of romance.
Oh, I don't know about quoting fancy poetry, but I've made lunch for a girl before, and they did like that fancy French cuisine.
Can you cook your best?
This girl is so horny for it. Holy shit. Also, just leave your husband, girl.
I can cook just about anything as long as I know the recipe.
C'est magnifique.
God. It's been too long since I've had a nice and proper chat with a good friend. No, Lee is certainly not a good friend. And although we've just met, Zachary is the sort who can probably befriend anyone. He's just a comfortable person to be around with. A bit too comfortable. I want to bone down. The photo shoot went by and breathe the breeze. And somewhere along the way, as we talk and laugh, I find myself getting a bit too close without realizing. He'll give me this strange look until I back off. He'll go back to asking questions after I agree to do his little interview. And it's just odd. Oh, no. Me being friendly isn't odd, that's how I am. Zachary is the one being odd. Why, anyone else would absolutely welcome the extra attention I give them. He, on the other hand, looks almost flustered about it. He should be used to different personalities by now, having to deal with various people when he works. And if not, he needs to start. Perhaps nobody has shown him the attention of this kind, but he's a big boy. He should be able to handle me. Girl! Chill! All it is a friendly touch here, a pretty smile there, and a gentle swaying of the hips as I move around. Girl. Zachary grew and grew more red every time he noticed. Girl. Am I being mean as I find enjoyment in seeing him unravel? Perhaps. This went on during the interview and beyond that. There's nothing wrong with what we're doing, right? Girl. Chill. Zachary and I are just being playful. Friendly chat while we're outside and enjoying the favorite meal. Or at least that's how I see it.
I'm sorry, but I'm really getting distracted.
Girl.
Could you maybe stop doing that?
Girl. Thank you. Okay, well, he asked you to stop, so stop.
I'll stop if it makes you uncomfortable, sweetie.
Thank you. I'm glad that went up because oofed.
Sorry.
If someone asks you to stop doing the thing, then stop.
No, I should be the one apologizing.
Yup.
Why, you're a shy one, aren't you, big guy?
Oh my god.
It's not that, but...
He gestures to the ring on my finger and lets the fact of the matter hang heavily between us. Being told implicitly that I am too forward is not a common occurrence. I think I'm more stunned by the fact that he pointed it out rather than, well, being rejected. Not that anything is going to happen between us in the first place. Just going to be some harmless flirting, right?
So, you've never had a girlfriend?
What?
No.
How did you get that from that? Oh.
No boyfriend either. You know, just in case you were gonna ask for that one next.
And you haven't even had your first kiss?
What?
Not a one, ma'am.
I want to be your girlfriend so bad. Diary bleed. I love it. I fell in love. I love him. I love him so much.
Do you want to have your first kiss today?
Girl, what? I told you to stop. I told you to stop. I can't help it. I told you to stop. I really can't. And I am going to apologize lots later. Oh my god. Surely by the catty smile on my face, it's obvious that I'm pulling his leg. The laugh I fail to contain certainly gives it away, if it still isn't obvious. But still, he lights up in embarrassment, stammering and sputtering objections.
You're married, and this will be extremely unprofessional.
Look at his little grumpy face! Okay.
I never said I would kiss you, silly.
Oh my god, stop, girl.
Oh, Johannes!
Johannes!
No, what? No! Don't call your butler, she's Hannah!
Never mind, it's funny.
That would be for the better. I don't think his husband would appreciate it if I made him kiss another man. I do not think he can hear us from here either. But it is hard to think you're not taken, Zachary.
Right?
Why, whoever becomes your girlfriend will be so lucky to have you. You can cook and take wonderful photographs.
I'm very cute, Zachary. Hey, Zach. Look how cute I am. I'm a delight. Hi, Zach. Hey! Hey! I
Wonderful
love
meals
him.
and wonderful memories.
I can play guitar too.
Girl.
You can? Oh my. Wonderful serenades as well then. Perhaps I can find a young lady who deserves a fine, strapping young gentleman like yourself.
Let's not get carried away.
Ew.
Besides, I gotta be going. It's getting late and I got someplace else to be.
A shame. I will be expecting you again soon, I hope. For a copy of my photographs, yes?
Course. I'll even deliver them personally. Just, you know, don't try to make me kiss your butler when I drop by.
Boo. As fate would have it, the very moment the words leave his mouth, Johannes comes out of the house. I thought you already had someone? We're in an open relationship. We're non-monogamous, motherfuckers. Boom. It's a good time. Judging by the slight raise of his brows, he's heard only the tail end of the sentence.
There shall be no kissing of any butlers under this roof. Danke.
I love you so much, Johannes. I hope you're not a murderer. I hope you're not a murderer, Johannes. Hey, Johannes, can you not be a murderer? Because I like you a lot. Fuck it. Oh.
But you are not under a roof, are you, Hansi?
Stop. For my amusement, he takes a step back, safely placing him within the threshold of the foyer and under the roof of the house. And just as ever, he's quick to return with a sardonic reply.
I am now. As I was saying, madam, it's about time for supper. Will I be needing to set an extra place at the table?
Oh, what? No, I was just leaving, actually.
Boo.
So, you have a good night, Hannah. And you too, Hansi.
It was nice to meet you, Zach, honey. You have a safe trip.
He nods, and the grin on his face. And the grin on his face as we say our goodbyes is the sweetest that I have ever seen. I linger, looking out at him with his relatively tiny bicycle, backpack safely secured in the basket by the front, and suitcase hooked to the back. I watch as he went down the path back to Ansem Village, until he's nothing more than a blip on the horizon. I cannot help the small smile on my face as I go inside for supper. Journal. Today, Hannah wanted to bone down. Hannah met Zachary Steele, a freelance photographer from Luxury Living, an interior design magazine. Zachary was asked to interview Hannah to take pictures of the mansion and its new owners. What would have been a professional meeting ended up being friendly and perhaps a little sexy. Entering the dining hall causes me so much confusion. It's dark. For a moment, I thought the electric work was not up to par. That clearly is not the case, as every other room is bright with artificial light. Finding a light switch is a monumental task, considering the size and my unfamiliarity with the room. To make matters worse, the darkness grants the room a different atmosphere, eerie and frightening. It takes longer than I thought to find the switch, something that will have to be rectified later on. My skin starts to prickle, and there's the distinct feeling of being watched. It unsettles me and only spurs me on in my search. When I do open the lights, there's a hiss.
I'll turn the lights down, woman!
Is he straight up chugging absinthe? There at the end of the hall is my beloved husband with his face in one hand and a glass in the other. Perhaps I can let go if it's only one glass of wine. However, I feel myself go livid after seeing the toxic green liquid gleam mockingly at me.
Luke, what? Are you drinking absinthe? You know what the doctor said. Absinthe, Luke. Are you actively trying to kill yourself? Because if you are, we can just hit you with a bloody car!
Ooh, too soon! Too soon.
Honeybee, Buttercup, not too loud, please.
Oh, murder him.
Besides, it's Lelouch, not too strong. Just hair of the dog that bit me. Helps with the hangover, dearest.
Oh.
You drank? When?
This morning, love. Don't be mad. I just needed a few drinks, having to deal with those simpletons.
Girl.
And maybe I had one too much. You don't see me whinging about you leaving me to handle them on my own.
I had to attend the photo shoot and interview with Luxury Living. You know that. Let's not make this about me, Luke. This is about you and your drinking problem and...
Oh, I don't know, Hannah, darling. What if my drinking problem, as you like to call it, is linked to you?
Then get divorced and leave. Bye.
If you think about it that way,
hey,
this discussion is
bye,
about
bitch.
you.
Hey, bye, bitch. Yo, bitch, bye.
That was pretty mean of you, leaving me alone to do all the work like that.
Oh my god.
You can't use the interview as an excuse either, honey. I was informed the moment your little interview was done. So, what was it then, What were you doing?
Walking. No, I'm gonna tell the truth. I was with Zachary. Fuck you.
I was talking with Zachary, the photographer for Luxury Living.
I have no reason to tell lies. I'm not guilty of anything. But as Luke's expression turns, it makes me feel like I actually am to blame for something. He has a way of making me laid bare with just a look. That had really struck me when we first met years ago.
That giant Negro.
Oh my god,
you were having
leave!
a secret meeting behind my back and it was with him?
Please go away forever.
What are you implying?
I'm implying nothing.
I mean, I don't know how much harder... I hate him a whole lot.
I'm just worried. You know better than to trust those media types, Buttercup.
I am a media type.
Oh, we are the media. We are the media.
He must have been really friendly to occupy your time like that. But all he's looking for is his next big headline.
It's a photographer.
He's a photographer for an interior design
There we
magazine.
go.
Doesn't matter. You let one little thing slip, one wrong move, and it'll blow up in the telly in the morning. He'll go to his journalist friends to gossip and make a quick quid.
His eyes are the first thing I noticed about him. They were like nature, the grass and the trees, wonderful and breathtaking. Now as I look at him, they're nothing but the same shade of green as his bloody damn drink in his hand.
He was a perfect gentleman, Luke. I can't say the same for you as of recent.
Oh, girl.
Excuse me again? We're talking about you, Hannah.
Oh, no, bitch.
No. I am pretty sure we were talking about you and your drinking problem, Luke, right?
I bitch. Hangover forgotten during the course of this little spat, the man jumps to his feet and seethes. Looks like he's barely stopping himself from throwing the nearest thing he can find. Cool.
Oh, it is not a problem. I can stop whenever I want. And even if it was, I think you can very well stay out of it, as it only affects my own kidneys or liver or whatever the bloody hell that shite pollutes.
Cunt.
Whatever aftermath that occurs because of your little chit-chat with the Negro
Oh my
affects
God.
the both of us, however.
Look, Luke. Nothing will happen. You have to relax. It was just a friendly chat.
Will kill you.
Well, now I think I'm getting jealous.
Great, leave.
Or I would be if it weren't for this damn headache.
Don't care. Go
Maybe
away.
you should drink more.
Drink to death, bitch. Drink to death and die mad, bitch.
Maybe.
Supper is spent in silence with nothing but the occasional sound of silverware. A grand feast has been served, well, grander than usual anyway, most likely due to Luke's complaints of stress. A platter of native oysters for starters, a tranche of turbot, I know what that is, I don't eat fish, with purple sprouting broccoli, lemon, capers, and anchovy sauce for mains. And finish it all off, black tea with golden syrup sponge pudding with custard. When our appetites are appeased and the plates are cleared away, Luke stands, kisses me goodnight, and leaves me to stare at my half-empty cup. Lonely in the lull of night I sit, in a house too big and too empty, foreign and unwelcoming. Even with its warm tone and homely decor, it feels cold. Oh. There's no need for tears, however. I know I can get through this like every other obstacle I've faced before. This is a minor setback in what I hope will be a long and happy life. To remind myself that this place is for Luke and for our future children fills me with renewed vigor. Besides, it looks like someone is having a cry already. The wailing is far away and muffled, and I'm not scared about that for some reason. Yet at the same time, it shakes me to my very core as I hear it. As if the suffering is standing right beside me. Hearing it sends a chill down my spine and makes my skin prickle with goosebumps. Who is that? I don't like the floor! No! No! Bad hatch! No! Curiosity sinks in as I follow the sorrowful sound into the kitchen. During supper, Hannah found Luke drinking absinthe, and this caused an argument. While Hannah was angered by her husband's drinking problem, Luke was suspicious of his wife's activities, having not seen her the whole afternoon despite finishing the Luxury Livings interview early. Then there was that crying woman. And into the wine cellar hatch.
Hello? Is anybody down there?
I'm curious and concerned, but there's no way I'm going down there into a dark and humid underground. You're a smart girl. I'm not as enthusiastic as Luke, who considers himself quite the connoisseur. However, I cannot bring myself to go to bed with this racket going on. As if it's one of the household help, they'll surely need some talking. After all, this wouldn't be the first time I've gone and found one of the maids sobbing their eyes out over one thing or another. As professional as our staff are, they're still human. See, there's some humanity there. More often than not, it was either Johannes or I who'd calm them down and who'd help them figure out how to go on about things. See, like, there's humanity there. Luke is a rat bastard. God, I hate him so much. I can imagine some pretty bad things happening to him in this world. I don't care. He's a rat pup. Unfortunately, I'm not in high spirits right now, so I'm not as wholly benevolent. I knock 3 times. I want to go in. Waiting for any sort of reply yields me no results, and I've already touched the floor hatch far too many times than what I'd like. Take a deep breath before reaching out again to whoever's inside. I've learned from experience that people respond better to kindness than threats. Cool! Shouting angrily would not help in coaxing them out.
You, in the cellar, do come out.
God.
We don't want Luke waking up and finding you in there, do we? That man would go ballistic thinking someone was trying to steal his precious wine.
Still nothing.
You can have a good cry. Just not in there, yes? Why don't you come out here and we can have a cuppa and you can tell me all about whatever it is you're bawling about?
How long I'm standing here, however, I'm starting to think myself as a fool. I don't want to acknowledge the other feeling I have, especially as the wailing took an eerie turn. Thought of being played didn't sit too well with me, and I had to stop myself from getting too hot-headed as I try one more time.
Now you come out of there!
Oh no.
That is an order from the lady of the house, do you hear me?
No, don't yell.
Why, I ought to.
Freeze as a hand clamps down on my shoulder. The dread I've been feeling all this time makes itself known as I kneel, unmoving, not even daring to breathe. I can feel my heart pounding against my chest. Don't kill her as well, come on! But the touch is gone as quickly as it seized me. It's only Johannes I see when I look back.
Apologies, madam, for touching you like that. You were not responding to my voice, and you looked about ready to wake the whole mansion up.
I was... I'm sorry. I was getting rather loud, wasn't I? But that crying woman in there, we must do something about her.
He grows silent for a moment and just looks concerned. At least I'd like to interpret it as concern, given how stoic our head butler usually is. God damn it. God damn it. Or it must have been of concern. It must have been concern as he takes off a glove and presses the back of his hand at my forehead before his worrisome inquiry.
I beg your pardon. What crying woman? Are you feeling well, madam?
In the cellar. Can't you hear her?
Madam, Hannah, no one is down there.
See, I like Johannes because he says Hannah. He's just like, I'm not calling you your stupid name that you think you're called. Your name's Hannah. Shut up.
What?
The cellar is locked. Only Luke and I have duplicates of the keys. Nobody is down there.
I stare at him in disbelief. But when I listen once more, I hear no crying. Tugging the hatch for good measure prove his words to be true too. I love him. Please don't be a murderer. I love him. Thing won't budge unless I had a key, short of using power tools on it.
Perhaps it is time for you to go to bed, madam. You are simply tired and hearing things, a perfectly normal human experience. But if you are still experiencing auditory hallucinations in the morning, you are free to consult with me.
There's a cold feeling in the pit of my stomach as he helps me to my feet. What he says makes sense, and who am I to question someone who used to be a doctor? I'm just tired, and that's it. A long day of moving, the interview, dealing with Luke, it's all drained me of any proper sense.
Yes, I suppose you're right. I just need some sleep, that's all.
Of course I'm right.
I love him.
Go on then. Gute Nacht.
Good night, Johannes. Good night, house.
It's just fatigue. That's what I keep telling myself, even though I can't ignore the strange feeling in my gut. Either there's something wrong with this house, or there's something wrong with my head. No complaints so far. Sleep will be elusive tonight. Okay. Luke is already gone by the time I rise. There isn't a single hide nor hair of him to be found, and trying to call him on his mobile is a bust, as it only goes straight to his voicemail. Hopefully he's dead. That's twice in a row he's gone on me. For him to disappear today of all days is every bit upsetting because of what's to come. Morning once again. Okay, so it's 2 days later. It's 2 days later. It's this day. I mean, nothing's happened since Death Day, so. Morning once again is filled with a whirlwind of activity. Fortunately, I'm much more refreshed as I took a break from my responsibilities. I haven't the faintest clue where Luke was yesterday. Today is going to be a busy day, although unlike Wednesday, the master of the house isn't here right now, absent once again from his duties. Hopefully he'll be back in time for the party. This is our house, after all. A grand housewarming party for the wonderful Wright Mansion. Every person of importance from Luxbourne is invited, and there'll be a few guests flying in as well. Of course, there'll be some people in from the media, along with friends and acquaintances who are made no less important regardless of their status in society. Marianne and I discussed business and last-minute touches to the house before finalizing everything. Not that there's much to change from our original plans. Bar any huge additions to the property itself, the mansion is nearly 100% complete.
You have certainly exceeded expectations, Marianne. Everything looks so marvelous, and in such a short time, too.
Well, I can't take all of the credit. People have certainly been enthusiastic about the idea of working on the right mansion. There won't be any more problems unless Mr. Wright has any more objections about the second bedroom.
Luke and I had a small tiff about making the second bedroom into a child's playroom, which I insisted is completely practical. In the end, he had to acquiesce, I think. Whatever. I didn't give him any choice in the matter. He tried to open the hatch, it wouldn't have been locked. Of course it wouldn't have. Of course it wouldn't have. I even bought this wonderful wooden crib from the antique store yesterday, including some toys. Just in case anyone brings their baby, of course. Besides, we have little need for actual guest rooms. We hardly have guests who spend the night. If we absolutely have to, we can often choose to foot the bill up for their visit on one of our hotels instead, always at Luke's own insistence. And on the off chance we actually let someone stay, the bedroom in the opposite wing is still up to the task.
Oh, no. We proceed with that room as planned. I already agreed to him having his greenhouse and his vineyard and his stables. He may as well let me have this one thing.
No, I did not agree to him having a helipad.
All right, then. Well, do we have any other concerns? Anything we need to put on our agenda before the party commences?
No, I don't think so. Not unless Luke has anything else to say.
Is he around then? It'd be best if we can note down his request right away, considering the scope of his usual ones.
Around? No. Where is he? Who knows where? I don't.
No, he's not around.
She didn't have to point out the obvious now, did she? After 7 long years, I'd already gotten used to him. I should be by now. Anyway, as I said, there's a lot.
But
maybe
don't you have a party?
I want nothing more than to complain, to whinge about how unfair this is. However, airing out one's dirty laundry is simply taboo among high society. To do so will make you a ripe target for the next dinner party chit-chat. Vultures, a lot of them really. Or most of them at least. There are always good ones like Rochelle Lee. If you put your trust in the wrong person and you'll find yourself equally eagerly picked apart. Words.
Yes. But Luke's just being a sweetie, you see. That friend he's visiting. He's having marital problems and he's just trying to cheer him up.
Perhaps I'm being a bit too rash, a bit too hot-headed and divulging details. But I thought myself clever with the plan to dress it up as gossip. Marianne's raised brow made me unsure whether she's interested or not. Although it does make things better if she has no interest and therefore has no hidden intent to utilize whatever I might say to her.
They've been married for a long time and they've hit a... how do they say it? A rough patch. His wife has a drinking problem and can be very neglectful. The poor thing really does his best to be a good husband. But it's never enough for her. Sometimes I think it's the years. Maybe it's been so long that they've lost that romantic spark. What do you think?
You were asking for my personal opinion on the matter, ma'am? Do you want me to be honest, or...?
Yeah, be honest with me.
Be honest with me, Marianne. I don't need someone to sugarcoat it. I'm not some fragile thing that I'm just going to break down at the slightest thing.
She hesitates, taking a sip of her coffee while I stare into my own cup of tea. Silence stretches on, and I almost believe that she'll never answer my question. I suppose I shouldn't blame her, putting her in a tight spot like this. Her hesitation is understandable, though I loathe to admit it. She simply wants this whole thing to stay professional. But then she speaks.
If I'm going to be completely honest, I need to ask. This is about you and Mr. Wright, isn't it?
No, yes. My turn to hesitate now. Really didn't expect such a straightforward question. And to get to the heart of the matter, supposes I'm not as clever as I'd like to think. Or is it really that bad that an outsider can see our little marital troubles? Surely we aren't that obvious, are we? We've put up the act of a perfect couple for years, although it hadn't always been an act. Marianne is just more keen than the average person, of course. It's a necessity to her career, and she's been working so closely with us. Yes, that's it.
Suppose it is. what would you tell me?
Then, I tell you it's none of my business. I tell you that I don't want to meddle, but if the troubled husband with the neglectful wife asked me for my honest opinion, I'd say that he shouldn't base his happiness and his self-worth on someone else.
Fuck it up, Mary Ann. Fuck it up, Mary Ann. Fuck it up, Mary Ann. Boom.
Someone who won't even give him the time of the day. Maybe he should try being independent for a while. See what it's like when he isn't trying to please someone else and doing things for himself. Everyone's supposed to be their own man or woman, right? A bit of breathing room never hurt anyone. That's just my 2 pence worth, of course.
So you're saying they should divorce?
Nothing as drastic as that.
Boo.
If they're afraid that it might lead to just that, then maybe that is what's meant to happen in the first place.
Yes.
We shouldn't let our fear control our lives. But it's just a short hiatus is all. Or, couples therapy? Look, I'm really not the best person to ask about relationships. So grain of salt and all that.
Love you, Marianne. She trails off, having said her piece, and leaves nothing but the smell of coffee and Earl Grey between us. There's a calm despite the nature of what's been discussed. To say that her words make me start to think is an understatement. To say that I'm not considering her advice is a lie. And to say that this might be the calm before the storm is a possibility. Others have said I've had shorter marriages, yes, but plenty have celebrated long and happy ones as well. I love her. I do love her. What if her and Zach were just the only ones left alive? I'm fine with it. Like, no, Hannah's all right. My own parents celebrated their choral anniversary before they passed away. But 7 years? 7 years isn't a whole lot in the grand scheme of things. It isn't a whole lot of time to see what and where a relationship can bring us. At the same time, 7 years, well, hasn't been entirely made up of unhappy years, has it? Don't last forever. Not supposed to, anyway. I just dread the thought that it might last for a very long time. I dread the thought that these small spats, these disagreements will turn into all-out resentment. The idea that we grow to hate each other with every fiber of our being scares me. I can't even pinpoint the exact moment when our blissful union turns sour. We can get through this, right? I know that I still do love him. Ugh. I feel there's a part of him that loves me in return. Just need to get our heads together and talk it out. No! Surely he'll see some sense. There's a cough before Marianne clears her throat. I must have been quiet for so long, and I move to apologize when she stands up. We both end up on our feet, unsure of how to proceed. Some sort of odd, awkward shuffle which occurs as we decide whether to sit back down or not.
I really should handle what's left of the work.
You won't be attending the party? Oh, you really must, Marianne.
I'll try to stay and chat. Maybe grab a few bites and a drink, but I can't be around for the entirety of the event. My apologies. Busy, busy, busy.
I love you.
You must stay a while. I'd love for you to meet some of my friends, and they're ever so excited to meet you. You need to say hello to the Lees, at least. If it wasn't for them, I'd never even heard of you.
We'll see. So, if I can be excused?
See you later, Marianne.
Certainly.
Love you.
You'll have to excuse me as well. I must attend to the party before any early birds arrive.
Right
because, believe me, they
Such a
will throw a
thick
fuss
accent.
if things aren't ready, even when they're not supposed to be here until an hour later.
I have to tend to have an Irish accent in a couple of hours. I'm recording one of the podcasts that I am a player on. I still am. Should be. Wait. Wait. Wait, so 7, 9. Okay, so 9. Oh no. So, sorry. Ooh, that doesn't give me a lot of time to eat tonight, huh? That doesn't give me a lot of time to eat. Oops. But yes, we're recording for Between Scorch and Shade tonight, which is one of the D&D podcasts that I am a player on, and I'm Irish in that one, so I'm going to have to get used to it again. I'm very bad at it, but we're going to keep fucking going. Blorp. Look at her. Look at her. Oh. Hannah and Marianne were seen discussing the management's finishing touches before the housewarming party. On a whim, Hannah asked for Marianne's opinion about a certain couple having marital problems. It leaves the former with something to think about after the latter excused herself from attending the party. The scene outside of the parlor is a great unorganized mess. Aside from our own household help, we hire the service of the temp agency which provides staff for Right Enterprise in the hospitality sector. Even our very skilled staff cannot undertake a party of this size on their own. Waiters, busboys, hostesses, and their staff captains move about in droves, carrying crockery and serveware, good for several dozen people and then some. Chefs and bartenders tail after Johannes, looking like scared little children as he escorts them through the kitchen and into the wine cellar. Have to peruse the stocks to select what can be served at the party and what can be used for cooking.
Schnell! We have a lot to do, and I believe we did not hire snails.
I love you.
Snails are for the dishes.
What? A string quartet readies up to play for the evening, tuning their instruments as they fill the air with idle chatter. Floral decor worth thousands fill vases, wreaths, and baskets, while petals are scattered along the driveway up front. An ice sculpture of a reindeer is brought in carefully by a pair. It's followed by a simple cake, just a 5-tier white chiffon one with white chocolate mousse, fresh berries, and a light dusting of edible gold leaf. So simple, ugh. But despite the fact that I told Marianne how I will attend to all of this, I find myself unable to focus or care for any of it. I still have our discussion running through my mind, and looking at all of this, I only see Luke everywhere. These were all grand things that Luke wanted to have for the party. I had wanted a small, elegant, and simple gathering, with only a select few invited, namely the people who I would actually trust to enter my home. I don't want any bloody politicians or paparazzi in here, no matter how used I am to catering them.
At least be here for your party. Damn it, Luke.
The entire thing screamed Luke Wright. And I can't help but add another question to my growing list of queries. When did I lose myself? It's always about him nowadays, isn't it? What about Hannah Wright? What about Hannah Evans? I used to be my own woman, who made her own name, her own career, and her own decisions. Sure, I was already the social butterfly I am today, but it wasn't all empty, shallow gossip and sitting pretty. I was also lauded for my knowledge and talent. Finance manager wasn't just handed to me because my father owned the company. I had insisted that I start at the bottom so I could work my way to the top and prove myself. I did. I worked numbers, managed budgets, money and accounts, analyzing the competition and market trends. There was the calculation of financial risk, cost reduction opportunities, the auditor liaison and public relations, supervision of staff, and, well, I generally had a huge slew of responsibilities. Admittedly, I was already quite the attention seeker even back then, having dedicated most of my youth craving for my parents' approval. Failing that, I turned to others, looked for praise from anyone who would give it, however fleeting it all was. Luke. The way he looked at me, the way he watched me and took a genuine interest. He had me disgustingly obsessed since day one, hasn't he? He saw me for me, Hannah Evans, with both my faults and my achievements. Man didn't treat me like some damsel in distress or some prize to be won. I remember the nights before we were married where we talked about everything and anything. From big things like business, society, and philosophy to little things such as what we had for breakfast or whether we liked cats or dogs more. We both prefer dogs. Nowadays, I'm just Luke Wright's wife. Mostly my fault, isn't it? Girl, please, no! He told me that husbands preferred wives who are docile and insubordinate. And subordinate, not insubordinate, whatever. A woman who will always be there for him, who would never outshine him in all aspects except beauty. A wife needs to be at home and attend to his needs, to have children and take care of them in his absence. He said I had no business working anymore after I was married. I can blame society. But I listened. But before I fall further into this introspective pit of self-loathing, someone calls for my attention.
The guests have arrived, madam.
I love you.
And Luke?
Running a bit late, I'm afraid.
Late for his own party. That man, I swear. He's probably looking to make a dramatic entrance, knowing him. Open the doors, then. We mustn't tarry.
Tarry, not tarry. We mustn't tarry. You'd still say tarry. Tarry. Cars line up the driveway, peppering the front of the mansion with vehicles of every kind. Grand Tourers, nailed it! Grand Tourers fucking nailed it! Supercars, even the odd high-end muscle car or two, convertibles, grand saloons, and other luxury cars can be seen being parked by valets. A handful of cabs drive off, probably for those who thought it too troublesome to bring their own cars. There are at least 2 different media vans as well. They're all here for what may be considered the biggest event of the year for Luxburn. So far. Who knows what we'll plan for the winter holidays?
Welcome, welcome everyone. Please, make yourselves at home.
Some of the guests idle, enjoying the warm, if not strange, sunshine we're experiencing before gloomy skies inevitably return. They greet acquaintances and friends with warm smiles, others less so. From where I stand, I can see the hierarchy of power, the ties that bind these individuals here whether through convenience or necessity. However, there are also few who are not here to further cement their current place in high society. Or who are not here to start. Nailed it! Intonation! Such as the young man with his oriental air. He's Asian. He's Asian. You can say he's Asian. He doesn't have an oriental air. What are you talking about? Oh my god. Ignorance of the looks he receives from men and women alike.
Be careful with Shirley, alright?
Jesus Christ! Or that rose-haired woman talking on her phone while she looks unsure of why she's here exactly.
Yes, I'm at the party already, Mom.
Oh my god.
Yes, I'll say hi to her if I can.
I see Zachary, the photographer, as well. He talks to a few of the other media crew with an air of familiarity.
I was just here a few days ago, yeah. And the inside is huge, but the staff are pretty helpful if you get lost.
And then there are people like the chief inspector. Great. Yay. Yay. I'm so excited. People who I can never be too sure about. People who stand on the border between being suspicious and being trustworthy.
Thank you for the invite, Anna. Husband still missing, I see.
I should be saying the same of your darling Rochelle, Lee.
Oh, girl.
The doctors again.
She told me she'll just be in the gardens. Bet she's lying and that she's somewhere around mingling, gossiping with the other ladies.
Oh no, talking to people. How dare she?
No offense, but that seems to be all you ladies do at these parties.
Leave!
And aren't you gossiping right now?
This bitch is not here for you.
Yes, well, what about Luke?
Out of my face. Bitch. Forever.
Should we file a missing persons report now, or do you want to wait 24 hours?
He's around.
You know, I can tell if someone's bluffing. Don't tell me, let me guess. He's finally drunken himself to death and not wanting a scandal, you've hidden his body.
I mean, that'd be fine.
I was wanting to give this housewarming gift to him personally, too. It's a plate that holds a wine glass so he can stop killing himself with liquid lunches. Looks like it's too late for that.
Nothing like that. Besides, this is a hardly polite conversation.
Oh, relax. I'm just trying to be cheeky to lighten the mood. It's not like I want Luke dead.
I do.
The man doesn't serve dodgy plonk like the others when I visit, and he pays his respects well enough. I could use a glass of wine or 3, actually. Rochelle's been in a horrid mood. Threw her stilettos at me the other day and almost took an eye out.
Okay, yeah, she's a shithead too. God, you're all shit. I hate high society.
Not sure
sucks.
if this is how it usually goes, but I blame the pregnancy.
Okay, well, No, actually, because of you, the way you are, maybe
I wouldn't know, would I?
Still no plans for a baby?
Oh my god.
I guess that's for the best. If it's this bad now, I can't even imagine how bad it'll be when that little baby bump becomes huge.
I mentioned how I don't trust him, no matter how hard I try to do so. At least he brought a gift, I suppose.
Why don't you just go inside and have some wine, Lee?
Think I will, thanks.
Greetings such as these carry on as the guests continue to trickle in. Whether we have short conversations or merely shake hands and nod heads, I make sure to attend and welcome each of them. As the first hour passes us by, the rest of the stragglers and I adjourn to the ballroom. Any latecomers will have the attention of the porter instead. I have other duties to attend to now. Okay, we're gonna have to call it there. We're gonna have to call it there. I need to make dinner. I need to make dinner. It's dinner time. It's dinner time for me to make. Okay, time for me to make some dinner. So I will have to leave this here, save the game, and then quit. Cool. But yeah, no, thank you everyone for coming and watching. This is spooky. It didn't spook me as much this time. The last time I fell off my chair and I hurt my boob real bad because I fell off my chair. But it's fine now. But yes, no, thank you everyone for coming along and watching. If there's anyone that's watching that's not followed, you should do the whole follow thing, and then you can see more another thing. We'll get more of this spooky story underway. Also, we're close to our sub goal, so if you want to sub, that would make me feel real good in my little belly hole, in my little belly, and in my heart, and my brain. You get like cute little emotes that you see in chat, which are very, very good and very cute. Get a little star next to your name, and you get cuter. Don't know how that works, but you do. You can also find me on other social media and things like that if you go down in the description or in the chat. Oh, those good T-boats. You can find me on my YouTube, my Steam, my Instagram, my Twitter, and my Discord. Yeah, links to those are everywhere. And last but not least, if you want to help me out and donate, and you're like, the beautiful I'm a girl, okay? Get your little name that scrolls across the screen, and I buy good things like biscuits mostly. Mostly it's biscuits and cinnamon rolls. God, I'm gonna eat fucking chili and cinnamon roll. Okay. Doing that tonight, so look out on my social media for me maybe being deceased. But yeah, thank you all so much for following, and I hope you enjoyed the stream. And yeah, I'm doing it. I said I would, and so I'm gonna try it. I might die. I'm gonna die. It's gonna be bad. Anyway, I love you all. I hope you have a great day, and I will see y'all later. Bye-bye.